think we are
Ooh.
live. We're gonna
Ooh.
Hello.
I think we're gonna hang out a bit, let some folks trickle in. Um
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. We've got a big goal, $1,000. That's what we're trying to raise. Um I'm real hyped that, we're doing this because literally we've been talking about this since like 2020. We
Yeah.
like
For so long.
I mean, we've been creating these strange ideas since 2020, and I am honestly so happy that Chris from Dwarven Forge reached out and was like, "Yo, you want to do something?" And then said yes to this ridiculous idea. Um,
Yeah.
so there's like two parts there. I think I'm really excited about what we're doing. First of all, we're like using a super cool tool, Vorpal board, which I don't think any of us have ever really used in a stream before.
No, yeah.
No. Hold up, there's a pressure washer.
There's a pressure washer. Oh, good. This
Uh-oh.
is why we start a little early. This is why we start a little early. Now, folks in the chat might be wondering if Irisu, our squirrel rogue, is frozen. Emma, who is playing the squirrel rogue, is having a little bit of technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Rural internet.
Yes.
And so we're like, no video, we'll just do headshot.
Yeah.
So you can just imagine.
Imagine a
You're just-
5'8" squirrel.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to
Yes.
picture me as a squirrel anyway. So
Yeah, just picture a squirrel.
Theater of the mind.
Yes,
It's
theater of the
very true.
mind.
And you know what? As great as Theater of the Mind is, we're also going to have like a really dope mini setup. that we're gonna be
Someone in
using.
chat saying they don't hear anything.
Uh-oh. Oh no, they don't hear anything?
Oh.
I
Who drew 8 concentric circles?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, audio's coming through.
yeah,
No,
I'm checking
folks
real
getting
quick.
audio.
Okay.
Yeah, it says the
audio.
audio's it says the audio's capturing fine for me. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
Merc90 said the audio is coming through for them. Okay, cool. So
perfect.
folks can hear us. I was saying like, yeah, well, we normally play with Theater of the Mind. I think this is our first time just using like Dwarven Forge in like a big game.
I know it's definitely mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very exciting.
I'm just so I'm just there's some gags and I'm very very excited to see how y'all react when
Yeah.
Chris and I finally reveal.
Frankly,
Yeah.
I'm a
All the
little angry
ridiculousness.
that I found out that these things exist because that's gonna just be assaulting my wallet for.
So last
I
year
guarantee. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, don't worry. Some of these things are going to be easily available, and you'll see why shortly. Go ahead. Daniel.
Okay, I was gonna say like last year I ended up buying some Dwarven Forge, and which by the way, Chris, we can hear you guys. All good. Last year I ended up buying some Dwarven Forge, thinking that we were like, oh, for Dungeons and Asians, we'll use some Dwarven Forge stuff because I had some plans, and obviously the pandemic happened, and I only ever got to use my Dwarven Forge stuff with my parents.
Hey, that's still good.
Which was super cute.
So good.
Yeah.
But like I'm excited for us to play like I was about to say like a hardcore D&D game, but like
Is that what's
Excuse
happening
me.
today?
hardcore.
Wait, you wanted me to run a hardcore D&D game?
A hardcore D&D game. Okay, sure, yeah.
Me?
You?
What?
With a character named Guy Fieri.
Excuse me. I'm just gonna do a
Yeah.
dramatic chipmunk.
I'm hyped. We're gonna try to help a lot of people with this stream, and I'm super grateful that we're gonna do that. That said, for the audience, we need your help. We've got that $1,000 donation goal, and we're gonna need some help getting there. Now, these donations are going to a fantastic cause. They are going to the Cut Fruit Collective. The Cut Fruit Collective is a Bay Area, that's really hard to say real quick, grassroots group creating art for the AAPI community care. They are supporting AAPI artists, amplifying activist voices, and then investing in vulnerable communities. They are fantastic. And all of your donations are going to be going to them. Now, if you folks haven't heard of the Cut Fruit Collective, you can check them out at cutfruitcollective.org. They were actually formerly Save Our Chinatowns, and then they kind of rebranded, so you might know them from that. Regardless, I'm hyped that we're going to be doing this. I'm really excited that all of your donations are going to go towards a great cause. Now, that said, we have some incentives because every TTRPG charity stream has some incentives. If you are watching this right now, you can actually go through the Dwarven Forge About section on Twitch, and you'll see all of our different donation tiers. But we'll put those into context. Obviously, like at $6.90, that magic number, you can give the group disadvantage on their next roll if you want to mess with us. Totally, we welcome it. It's for charity. $10 gives a select character an uncommon magic item, $20 for a rare magic item. Now, you'll see that $50 donation tier for the Emblem of Authority. So if you've ever read the AD&D Character campaign setting, you'll know that the Emblem of Authority are a series of symbols of the legitimate ruler of the empire. There are 9 emblems, each a gold and jade symbol mounted on a golden chain, the heaviest of blings. If we are able to assemble all 9 emblems of authority, sorry.
It's just so...
If we're
explaining it, it's just
if we're
explaining it.
if we're able to, there's a caveat. If we're able to assemble all 9 parts and complete a strength check to wear it, we will be able to make a wish spell. $100 gives us a level up, and $5, and this is a key one, gives us a hero point, or a select person a hero point. So hero points are kind of a thing that have existed in fantasy TTRPGs for a while, but there is I'm going to throw this into the chat. I am AZNS rep. There's like a homebrew sort of hero point system that I really enjoy. Makes for really fun and dynamic gameplay, but it also kind of can help us out because we are playing a murder mystery, and some of these things in that our hero points can do will help us actually complete this murder mystery. So I'm super hyped about that. So help us out with that donation. We're gonna go for, it says 47 hours. So even after the stream, please donate. Dwarven Forge is gonna send those off to the Cut Fruit Collective. That said,
if we continue making goals, I will, if you follow my Twitter, I will start making up things that happen to these characters to our PCs if we start hitting certain tiers. So the story will not end if you decide to donate past this stream.
I absolutely love that. But yeah, like why don't we get started? We're a bit late.
We're kind of late.
We're kind of
That's
late.
my bad.
That's okay. We, these things happen. This is we're just happy to be together. Oh my God, we got our first donation.
Hooray!
Yay!
So Chris from Dwarven Forge is just going to be letting me know what that donation's for. So really hyped. But why don't we get started? Do we, Michelle? You're our dungeon master, our dramatic manager.
I am. I'm your dungeon docent.
Why don't you take the reins? It's all you.
All right, well, let's begin in a world of mystery, of magic, a world wreathed in spices and subtleties, but also in fog. And as we descend through the atmosphere, we look upon the continent of Karator. And we even zoom in further to a little like peninsula looking thing, kind of jutting out. It's across. There's like a little body of water in between, this little area and some distant islands that we're not going to worry about for the time being. But let's focus in on just that little peninsula. Let's zoom in just a little bit further. on a city, a bustling port city, filled with humanoids, with creatures of people of many types, many races, all living together in this cosmopolitan port fishing town that is also a place of trade, a place of commerce, a place of business. And as we zoom in, we realize that we look at the sun. Oh, it's about it's starting to set a little bit. It's starting to descend in the sky, and we are now in the city of Shang, on the little peninsula, the region of Wakan, which translated into English just means the land that looks at Wa, which is that island that I spoke about before. But Shang itself is going through a little bit of a daily traditional transition as the sun decides to set. But before we do that, let's meet our first character. Strolling down rather determinedly down a rather down like a little market area, a little mantis shrimp next to him also scurrying to catch up, hero worship in their compound eyes as they stare up at their mentor and friend. Inspector Pangshe, why don't we go ahead, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, Inspector Crab.
That's okay.
Why don't we, what's going on? What are you up to? The only inspector, detective inspector in Shang.
Oh my god. First of all, like I just this is a high quality terrain, high quality miniature for my character, Inspector Pangshe, or Inspector Crab. Inspector Crab was born in the walled city of Kotalung and schooled in the scholar city of Pingchao. Crab academically excelled in all manners of state, war, magic, faith, sea, agriculture, state security, and public works. Those are all the things you need to know to pass the civil service examination of Karatur with distinction. He spent some time at the Strongclaw Monastery Academy, where he proceeded to improve his skill base with training in advanced horseback riding and advanced horse wrestling. A decade ago, he began serving as a supervisor with the Department of Old Magery before being quickly promoted to leading the Department of Extinct Beasts. And then his final post as one of the magistrates of state security in the city of Tsingtao. Yeah, you heard me, Tsingtao. That's in the setting. His vast knowledge and, moves across various levels of the Shoulung bureaucracy has kind of caused friction with the Mandarinate. So they kind of had him forcefully retired to this little dock town with a small cottage and an assistant, Chip. Frustrated with his mundane life and jaded by, all of the unnecessarily complicated bureaucracy of the Shoulung, Crab has become a private detective. He believes in truth, good food, friendship, and, well, he's ready to solve some mysteries. I'm excited because I'm a rogue.
Yeah, you're also a rogue.
I'm also a rogue.
and also a custom build because you are a crab.
Yeah, this is a custom built race. I am definitely just a crab.
So as you scuttle down the street, your various implements and weapons kind of tucked away in your shell, Chip looks up at you, and how long have you been in Shang?
Let's say about like I want to say like a year. Just kind of like just enough time to get me like, I hate retirement. I want to get back to work. And then now I have this assistant. And I feel like Chip was actually sent by the Empire to watch over me, to make sure I don't get into trouble.
Yeah, he was a local kid that was basically drafted because it seemed like a good job in a town where it's this or fishing. So Chip definitely. Chip is a young mantis shrimp. I would say like in his early, if you were talking about a human, he's technically like fresh, like college grad. So, and after hearing about your exploits, there's not a day that goes by where he just shows up too early. He's always too eager, and he's always too excited to ask you all of these questions about your past career. So yeah, as you're walking down the street, he's saying, "Well, Inspector Crab, it's been a real good time. I got you some bosons earlier. I hope you really enjoy them. But could you just answer me a quick question? I've been researching this in a couple of scrolls, and it says in this one, and he pulls out what clearly is a pamphlet bought off the street by some some person who just wrote this and says like, look, it says if you hit a person right here in the head, their head explodes. Is that true? Is that true? Is it? I got this from a guy who say was a monk off of Jellyfish Alley.
No,
I thought it might be kind of what?
Chip. No, Chip.
Okay, well, I got this other pamphlet from him. It says that if you get your legs strong enough, you can jump and like shoot 2 crossbows whilst you're jumping. And I heard that was real cool. I've been trying to do that with my pincers.
Chip, you can't believe everything that you read. And you can't believe this isn't even a scroll that you pick up on the street.
He pulls out like a bunch of other scrolls and he just says, but I got this for 5 silver pieces. He said if I mastered all of these, I'd become a master.
Listen, Chip, follow me, follow the truth, and maybe you'll learn something real.
Oh, all right then. And he just kind of like sadly throws the pamphlets into the scrolls and pamphlets into like a bin, a garbage bin, as you make your way down to the docks for the daily sunset ritual here at Wakan.
All right, Chip, we're gonna go. I hate this part of Wakan.
It's nice though. I mean, you see the sunset and over the fog. It turns the fog all pretty pink, like cotton candy. It's real pretty.
Yeah, but everybody just looks across the water. I don't understand.
It's a tradition. We've been doing it for thousands of years. And it's nice to take a quick break, just looking out over the water, just like.
When I take a break, Chip, I want to take a nap. I don't want to look at Wa.
You want to take? Oh, you want to take a power nap? Oh, okay. I got the timer set. 20 minutes. I'll wake you up right now. Is that what you want?
And I think like Crab's gonna actually take a power nap, and just like as like the folks of like Wakan kind of gather to look at Wa, I'm just gonna ugh.
Yes, he just sort of like it's a little bit like watching a transformer just sort of deactivate.
Yeah,
just like.
Yeah, for sure.
And so while Chip takes out his little sand timer hourglass to like specifically time this 10-minute power nap, we actually jump over to a building that's being scaled by a surprisingly fluffy person, aka a giant squirrel. Erisu, this lovely rogue is. You've got a new bag of like some really cool stuff that you found, and it's pretty shiny, it's pretty cool, and that there's a couple of loose tiles here on this little like inn on the side, so this seems like a good place to stash your stuff. But Emma, why don't you introduce us to Erisu?
Yeah. Well, people are often a combination of amused and alarmed when they meet a 5'8" squirrel. But there are in fact many of us, and most of them are my family in some way if you meet them out in the world. But Erisu, like a lot of young squirrels, was expected to leave their home, which was originally in northern Wa, and strike out on their own and make some sort of life so that their hometown does not get overrun by, giant squirrels. But Erisu was both fortunate and unfortunate in that their ship was caught in a storm and shipwrecked one day in this town of Wakan. And they've been here for about 2 years or so now, running their little fishing operation, getting to know the local people, and, putting things everywhere.
Erisu has a bit of an object. All squirrels, apparently, in real life too, have a bit of an object permanence problem where
Yeah.
they'll hide something and then they don't remember where it is.
So Erisu's up on this roof right now going like, I'll definitely remember this. How can I forget? Tucking things under the tiles.
There's a few like irate seagulls like as you shoo away, and as you actually uncover these tiles, you realize that you already put a cache here. So Emma, why don't you roll me a d20 real quick?
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna try rolling in Whirlpool. This is really cool.
8.
Okay, so there is so I've already said there is a thing here, but you realize, oh yeah, no, I definitely put a bag here, and you look in it, and there's actually just a collection of shells and a dead eel that you found maybe a couple of weeks ago. And it's just been sitting there under this tile for like a couple of weeks. This really cool looking eel that's now
That's
like,
right.
dead.
So we just got a donation for another magic item. So we have
Hooray.
an unspecified magic item, and then we have another one. And someone just donated a rare item for us.
Oh
And
my
that
gosh.
item is specifically
Ooh.
the Robe of Eyes, and it lets you see in all directions, gives you advantage on perception checks. You have dark vision, and you can see invisible creatures and objects.
I nominated
Oh.
Inspector
Dang.
Crab for this.
Inspector
The
Crab
trench coat is the robe of eyes.
It's a trench coat.
Yeah.
A trench coat of eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna go ahead and revise. Let's rewind a little bit. Because this is the perfect opportunity, I think, to introduce a magic item. So
Yeah.
Emma, you look at the eel and you like, this is a big dang eel, and so you're like, oh, was there anything else inside this bag that I stuck it up here 2 weeks ago? And you move it aside. And you see there's actually a scroll that you found
Ah.
on the ground, and as it turns out, it is a scroll for it's a cantrip scroll. So if you want to go ahead and choose a cantrip that you can cast at any point, like this campaign, that's a totally a thing that you can have. So a spell scroll. That's a thing that
Cantrips.
you now have.
Do I have to choose that now?
Yes.
I don't know how to do that.
At some point in the game. Okay, so what I mean, it might be here. Let me just give you a cantrip, if that's cool.
Sure, yeah, go for it. I also feel like that scroll
oh.
would be inside the eel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
this
makes
no,
sense.
you
That-
open
that
the
makes-
you're like you pick up the eel and you're like, oh, this is gross, and then like it just slides out of its gullet. And you're like, oh, what is this? You throw it to the ground. Someone from below is like, what is that? So what's a good cantrip to give Emma, friends? I think Thorn Whip, maybe.
Thornwhip, Mage Hand.
Daniel, you're muted.
I'm muted. Sorry. Yeah, I think like Mage Hand would be really funny.
Mage Hand seems
Okay,
very appropriate.
Mage Hand is good. So as you're like, what is this? And you read it, and the magic directions kind of like enter your mind, and then you see essentially an eel, a magical eel that's also a hand appear. And you now have this magical eel hand that you can use to manipulate things that are less than 5 pounds.
Oh, hey, neat.
It looks like it's like,
I-
"Ah."
It's like this
It's
hand
like
that's
it's like
shaped
the
like an
alligator.
eel.
grip
It's like
extender.
a sock puppet.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's like
an
that
eel
grip
sock
extender.
puppet. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So So yeah, you stash your new stash in this place after
Whoa,
throwing away
hold
this
up.
giant eel. What's up?
Oh,
Somebody just
Yeah.
somebody
500.
just donated $500.
Whoa!
oh wow.
What?
So do we
Oh
have
my gosh.
we have the whole
Wow.
fucking thing? Do we have the whole? I'm sorry, I
Wait,
just-
well,
do we whole?
are we allowed to swear, Chris?
Sorry.
We never asked that.
Well, our goal is 1,000, but we're halfway there. So.
Oh yeah, you know what?
is
You know what?
not-
Go for it. This is a momentous occasion.
Fuck yeah.
Well, fuck.
Get the
Okay, so
scissors now.
I'm
Finlay
not giving you the
Shards.
thing now. I'm not giving that to you now. We are doing character introductions. I'm not giving you the thing now, but you will get it.
So I'll
But
I'll
you
just
will
let
get the thing.
I'll just let everyone know what we got. It's not the item, Michelle. So
Okay.
so you don't have to worry. It's just like
Okay.
Finlay just broke the adventure.
No, it's fine. I have a contingency
It's
plan.
amazing charity with amazing people. Level up to all the PCs. Everyone gets a level.
Amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, and thank you to D&D Beyond for allowing us to do that because that makes everything so much easier.
But yeah,
It
thank you so
does.
much. Ooh.
Thank you.
Oh my
Out
God.
Okay.
there.
Sorry, I was just like, oh my god.
What happened?
Everyone makes strength checks. So okay, so while I'm gonna go ahead and just keep it rolling, because we got murders and mysteries. So Erisu, you now have a magical sock puppet that is shaped like an eel that can manipulate things, which is wonderful. And as you look up at the sun, and you realize, oh right, it's time. And you
Gotta go
hurriedly
look at that place
stuff
I'm
away. Yeah, exactly.
Just
And
like
you-
everybody else.
And
Everybody
you see,
else in
yeah,
this town.
and you go ahead and you make your way towards the docks. Happening simultaneously, we see a rather dashing, a rather attractive, a rather handsome looking woman standing on the balcony of her like penthouse hotel room with her dire penguin just staring out at everyone and is bored as all heck. Why don't we go ahead and Austin, can you introduce your character? Sung,
All right. So,
our token human.
yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So, Sung is is one of the top independent professional shipping inspectors of the islands of Bawa, which means that she and her crew, in a very friendly manner, with extremely friendly knives and guns and other things, will board
And swords.
ships and inspect their cargo to ensure that they're paying their appropriate taxes to her and her crew. They've already at this point in time met their yearly quota, and she was well on pace to double it until her crew unanimously elected to send her on vacation for a few months to a city in the middle of nowhere, mostly so that they could actually sleep and enjoy the spoils of their extremely legitimately gotten gains. As such,
Yeah.
Sung and her animal companion, the emperor penguin Vin, are extremely bored here because she doesn't actually know what vacation means or how it's supposed to happen. So she's just been drinking a lot of alcohol and trying to figure out what the purpose of all of this is.
Yeah,
in
tiny-
fact, at this very
Yeah.
moment, she is having Vin deliver her another bottle of probably entirely too expensive wine.
Yeah, Vin is the server for this, the wait staff for this particular expensive, like this is the most expensive hotel in town, comes up with another bottle, a couple of other bottles of brandy, a couple of other bottles of wine, and they're loading them up onto Vin, and this like tiny little teddy bear of a person, like literally, like I'm not sure, I think that's a bear, is like, well, Madam, I see that you've already gone through the case of Chardonnay and rice wine we put up here the other day, so I just thought I would load up your companion again. And Vin just turns around and looks at this tiny tiny person, just goes, "Ah!"
Oh god.
and
Now,
then looks at
Vin,
you
hello,
like
very
asking,
accurate.
we are
asking for
civilized
approval.
individuals here.
Yes, it is quite yes, madam, by the way, would you mind asking your companion to please stop yelling at me? I find it, the staff have all quit because they're terrified, and I just thought it might be and then at this Vin turns around and is like again.
Vin, we are on vacation. We do not shout and we do not extort on vacation. This was explicitly told to me by my first mate, and I have no reason to disbelieve her notions, odd though they may be.
Vin looks at you apologetically and he kind of like dips his beak in shame and turns around and like tries to nuzzle the staff. And the staff is like, this is okay. And then Vin does the thing that he always does when he feels contrite, which is offer a gift. And for penguins, this gift is regurgitated whatever he just ate. So he goes, "Ah!" and like vomits up a bunch of fish on the deck. And the staff is like, I am being paid enough for this. I am being paid enough for this. And mutters this on the way down and says, by the way, madam, I do not know if you would like to attend the sunset ritual, but it is happening shortly.
Vin, bring all of the alcohol and come with me. You may sample a bottle as well for how well you just treated the staffer there. I'm very proud of you, Vin. You and I we'll get through this vacation together. It's just the two of us.
He preens himself and then just waddles down with you with the various items. And last but not least, our last two players are in like a rather busy market part of town. This is a little bustling center, and we see a turtle dressed in rather flashy, almost fiery robes, with a bit of a Milwaukee situation going on, some frosted tips, and a rather very patient, stoic looking lizard folk gently guiding the turtle away from what are clearly maybe some potential bad decisions. Guy Fieri, please introduce yourself.
Oh my god.
Hi folks, I'm Guy Fieri, here for dim sum, dumplings, and dubiris. For this episode, we're going to be live over here. And wait, where are you looking at? Why are you looking that way?
Genju, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself as you're trying to keep Guai alive.
Yeah, Genju is slowly not actually touching Guai, but like doing the thing where you're guiding someone away from harassing the locals. And
Yeah.
just looking at everyone that is like looking confused. I'm looking at them apologetically and being like,
Yeah, a
"My
little
father's
old
guest."
a little old lizard folk lady just comes up and he's like, "Who's this man? Why is he? Well, he pointed at my vegetables and said that they were bomb, and they don't explode at all. I don't understand."
No, they're dynamite.
No, they're radishes. I don't understand.
Can we just say that, like, Jackie, can you tell the audience how much diners, drive-ins, and dives you watched to prepare for this?
16 hours. 16 hours.
But
He's
he's
my-
doing it again.
He's my father's guest, and
Oh,
as such,
oh, yes. All right. Well, you're good. You're an excellent young person, Jinju. Just try to keep this one out of. You're keeping him out of. Okay, that is good. I'm gonna go back and just pack up my radish shop, and we're gonna go and look at the sunset. maybe you should bring him along because I don't think that it would be good to leave him alone here.
I agree completely.
He might blow up my radishes, and I'm not about that, you know.
So how do
The
I?
radishes are just sick. That's all.
There are some pretty
is-
good-looking radishes.
Okay, what is your last name? Is it Guai or is it Fieri?
Oh my God, because it is Asian. That's true.
Yeah, technically it would be the first. It would be Guai.
Your parents named you Fieri.
They were like, of course.
It's
our
that trip they
child."
took to Waterdeep, you know? They just like they had to use all these weird foreign names to make their kid the most special of snowflakes.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Guai, it's now time for the daily walk on.
Oh, that's poppin'. I like that. Let's go.
Oh my God.
This one.
I hate this so much. But I also love this.
Another older dude, like it's this like muscly this muscly fish folk is just like, he just keeps saying popping, like nothing's popping. Everything's perfectly stationary and not exploding at all. It's so weird.
So I wanted to bring this to our attention. We got a $50 donation for an
Yay.
emblem of authority.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, like Guy Fieri. I
yeah.
don't know why I just Googled Guy Fieri because I was like, I've seen enough diners, drive-ins, and dives. I'm like, Guy Fieri is known for his jewelry.
Yeah.
Oh
Up to
my
you, but I
God.
wanted to let everyone know that we got.
I will add. I also did watch several episodes of Guy's Grocery Games just to add to flavor.
Oh my God.
This is what we
Are you
call
sure
the
you're
thing,
doing
right?
it for
Are
the
you-
stream?
Yeah.
Or is this just an excuse?
So what I'm hearing is we do the bow buddies come back. But
Yeah.
so
We'll add that later.
we'll add that later. So all of y'all go down to the docks. The sun, it's setting, the fog is rolling in. And a good majority of the population of Shang is here. And as you walk down to the docks, you know, you see this human and this older grizzled human and his little girl walking down with like this like and the little girl just goes up and is holding her dad's hand, and she just looks up and says like, Daddy, why are we always going down to the docks to look at what? I mean, they don't look at us back. I don't understand why we keep doing this every day. And he looks down and says, well, Felicia, it only makes sense to do this because we must let Wa know. We must let them know that we see them. And she says, but do they have like the telescopes and things to like see that we're looking at him? It's the principle, my love. It's also tradition, and we've been doing this for thousands of years. So anyway, go look at the sun. Look at the sun through the fog. Not directly though. Don't look directly at the sun. And as the entire population looks at the sun, and as it sets in, and they stare at Wa. And you can see like in the distance there are some actually let's make a group perception check.
Sure.
Oh, sick. I have advantage on perception checks.
Ooh. Oh, because you're a I get it.
Because I'm a detective.
Yeah.
Also because I have the robe of eyes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't not see Wa.
See, is there a way to add your modifiers on the
Not that I know
no.
of.
Okay, not that we. Yeah.
I need at least half of you to succeed in order for all of you to see Wa.
Well, good
Yeah,
thing
so-
I get to. Oh, I should have just rolled again.
Yeah,
I
I'm,
mean, I
I'm
got
on
it.
14 with my modifiers, so
Okay.
Oh, I think. Am I black?
You might be.
Let me just check. I might be black, but I got my first one was a 9 and the second one was a 14. So, my total is 18. Since I
I
have
got
Okay.
advantage.
15.
Great. Okay, yeah. It's a good day. Y'all can see Wa. It's you can see it across the water, the mountains in the distance. And you see that it's not quite where you were from, but sort of close to. And you just as it's very important that everyone in this town, the tradition is that you stare at Wa until the sun sets, and you do the traditional hand gesture towards Wa. And so as the sun sets, you hear somebody do like the clap to start the hand gesture, and then everyone begins to raise their hands with 2 fingers towards themselves, their eyes, and then they point to Wa.
Oh my god.
The entire town does this in concert. However, as everyone's single finger starts out going like towards Wa and the sun has not fully set, you hear a piercing scream behind all of you. And what do you do?
I feel like as everybody's like making this thing, remember I was like napping.
You were napping. Yeah. Chip's just like, all right. Chip's like holding the hourglass in one hand and like doing the thing with the other. He's like, all right. Okay, you got 2 minutes left. Okay, just.
I think there's a scream. Wait, huh.
Inspector Crab, did you hear? There was a shout. There was a scream. We should go investigate.
Where?
Over here. And Chip leads you away. The rest of you, do you follow the scream?
Absolutely. This is the most
yeah.
exciting thing that's happened in weeks.
Oh, excitement! I like that. Let's go check it out.
Did they find that eel I dropped? That was pretty gross, yeah.
It was a pretty dang big. It was one of those gulper eels, you know, the
Yeah.
ones, like
Oh,
the black ones
yeah.
with the big giant mouths.
I'm gonna
That's
go
how the
see if they
scroll
found
was able
that
to
thing
put
I
it in.
left.
So, all of y'all head over to the direction of where the scream was coming from, and as you get closer, Chris, if we want to go ahead and move our PCs over to them, you see. And at first, it kind of looks a little bit like, could it be a merman? You're not entirely sure. But as you get closer, you realize it's half of a lizard folk with its lower half of its body stuffed inside a giant tuna, like a giant fish. And the dead lizard folk, he's got his throat cut. He's got what looks like a bausant, which is the flaky city, the regional specialty of food specialty of this city of Wakan, stuffed into his gaping maw, and what looks like a tiny little piece of parchment stuffed inside that thing. But yeah.
Is that a
Well,
Swedish fish?
well, stuff
that's
my
eating
butt.
the,
Yes, these are all Swedish
the-
fish,
Well,
by
that's a
the
Swedish
way.
fish.
Swedish fish.
I had to confirm because it was too perfect. Excellent.
By the way, y'all can use the Swedish fish as improvised weapons, and I will say that all of you have proficiency in them. Because
Sick.
this is not the only
Perfect.
time you're going to see the Swedish fish.
I mean, I
Alright.
trained at a
Good to know.
strong claw monastery.
I
So
would like to
actually,
run up. I see that it's a lizard folk, right?
yeah, do you want to go ahead and make a perception check or an insight check just to see if you recognize this person?
Sure.
Guy what's your first reaction when you see?
Oh,
that's
reaction
funny!
crit.
Nice.
Nice.
I guess it's skill
Gwai
check,
Gwai
but
literally will say,
still.
you know, I've seen a lot of things stuffed into other things. This takes the cake.
All the other
I
people
give
are like,
Guavieri a look like. I think that's my cousin.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
This
stuff
is
my
your
butt.
cousin.
I'm sorry.
Chip, this is just what we needed. Everyone, step away from the body. Step away.
Well, Sir was gonna search it for any spare change, but I guess
Yeah.
that's probably inappropriate
Well,
at
let
this
me-
point.
okay,
so-
so
This
I'm
is a
going
crime
to-
scene now. This is a crime
okay,
scene.
I need to honor Agatha's nat 20 real quick,
Yeah,
and
no,
then
for
I'm
sure.
gonna pass it over. So you recognize this. This is your second cousin twice removed. This is Tung Ho. This is, I'm sorry, this is if I mispronounce it, but it's your second cousin who works for your family, who actually is the family that owns and was the originators of the 9-layer Bausant. and you know that he works in your family, and you also know that he's always been kind of a little bit sketchy. Like he's always like, he doesn't always show up to work on time. When he does, sometimes he's like clearly coming from something else. He lies a lot about things and is always trying to make an easy buck, but it's still a huge shock that you see him there. And then what another thing too is when you look at the balsant in his mouth, you can tell that one layer is missing. So it's 8 layers. And as you look even closer, you realize for a hot second, if you don't disrupt another layer, that it's going to explode in his mouth.
It's 8 concentric layers.
8
Oh, 8
concentric layers.
So you reach out and you immediately pinch off like a part of a layer to disrupt it, so it doesn't
Yeah.
actually explode.
Oh yeah, I definitely do that.
Yeah, really quickly. And what else can I tell you? I feel like I need to honor more of a nat 20 on this. Yeah, you see that he is not wearing his usual outfit. He's wearing what looks like some dark
The tuna?
robes.
Oh,
The tuna is not wearing any clothes. The tuna is naked.
Oh
oh,
no.
he's
No,
wearing,
he's wearing a
dark
tuna.
robes. Mm.
He's wearing so he's wearing some robes, but all of him and the robes are inside the tuna.
Okay, wait, sorry. What is his name?
Tung Ho. Sorry, let me look. I'm like totally butchering this.
It's fine. It's fine. I just forgot immediately.
No worries.
So I was too worried about what he's wearing. And the 8 concentric layers.
It's cool.
Okay.
Um,
So
so-
I'm like,
this is what you see in your perception
This is-
right away, and with that nat 20, you also detonate the tiny little bomb that they put inside his mouth.
Wait, did
That
his
was
head just explode?
No, his head didn't explode. She prevented his head from exploding.
Oh, you said detonate, and I was like,
before the bun detonated because it was 8
Oh,
concentric
okay.
flaky because it was 8 concentric flaky layers.
8 layers. Who would do this?
And this is when Inspector Crab, you leap into action right away. You look around, you see a host of interesting characters around this dead body.
dun-dun. There's been a murder.
Well,
This
yeah.
is the first murder we've ever had in Sean. What are we gonna do, Inspector Crab?
Chip, cordon off the location. And I think Chip's gonna
Chip-
go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, Chip grabs like a rope and just sort of like hurriedly just runs around. Right, we're
All of
cordoning
you.
this off. All this
Oh
is
my
Oh my god.
Oh, what?
there's actually yellow
gag number
tape.
2.
How did you know? How did you know
How-
that
what?
Daniel was gonna say that?
I love it so
Oh my
much.
god.
Love
He
so
sends out
much.
his cape.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
walk forward with my robe of eyes. All of you. I'm just gonna stand there, and this is where the camera kind of circles around. All of you are suspects. Nobody leaves.
Yeah, so all of you suddenly have this crab yelling at you not to leave, and that you're all
Ah.
suspects. And this little mantis is like, right, nobody leave. And while he's like doing this sort of almost maypole dance with this like little safety tape.
Good job, Chip. Good
Nobody
job.
leave you. You're okay. Thank you. I want to be
right.
just like you.
One
As is her typical approach, Sung is going to ignore the inspector entirely, but she will have Vin give the little mantis shrimp a bit of booze because he's doing a really good job, and she respects that.
Inspector Crab.
So supportive.
Inspector Crab, this woman here is trying to bribe me with this alcohol.
Don't touch that.
Okay, he drops
Don't
it,
talk
it
to-
shatters on the ground.
You human. What are you doing here?
Vacation.
The penguin just shatters the
Vacation. That's what they
bottles.
usually say. What are you really doing here? Nobody comes to this part of Sholung.
I do.
Uh,
You did.
I'll talk to you next, Squirtle. You're next. Now you. Why are you really here?
Vacation. She's
Oh,
saying
like
vacation in
detail.
a way that clearly evidences that she has no idea what a vacation actually is.
Who
Your-
sent you
your-
here?
your
You
dire
clearly
penguin
don't know what. Sorry, what?
Shuffles in front of you and is like.
Have your
It's a-
companion
it's-
step
it's-
aside.
Raven. The crab is just doing his job. Anyway, from my experience, officials like you require what was it? Monetary compensation to just stop asking me questions. Here you
Excuse
go.
me,
She's
I
just
am
gonna
not.
hand him some money.
I don't want your money.
You-
I am.
Inspector Crab, you gotta arrest this woman. You gotta arrest this woman. She's trying to bribe us with
I
with
know.
lots of things. It's not
I know.
right.
Excuse me.
Right.
Bribery is a very acceptable means of doing business. I'll have you know I've bribed countless officials to get where I am today, and I will thank you for not insulting the legal process.
Well,
right.
this is a town where you don't bribe us, and Chip takes up a b-boy stance behind.
And then I'm gonna look. I'm gonna. Inspector Crab's gonna look back at Chip and.
The
Kinda sit
customs
like
of
this.
vacation towns are so strange. I do not understand.
Hmm.
I think. Well, I
Yep.
think maybe.
This
oh.
vacationer has tried to bribe us. You're right. And while we
think we
aren't,
should-
I think we should
yeah.
arrest them.
We should arrest all of them.
I'm
What?
going to use my rope of entanglement. And every creature. So, here's Crab. All right. So here's Crab over here, and then I'm talking to Song over here, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Slug's
So-
over there.
I would like this my rope of entanglement to kind of like lash out and then kind of like wrap around the penguin and then wrap around Song. Right around like you know when you have like those daycares and they have the kids and they kind of like
Yeah.
go out for a walk and it's like all around the waist. It's like 100% gonna be like around the waist of the penguin and around Swong's waist. And I'd be like, until I get the answers that I require, you're staying with us. Chip, hold the rope.
I'm gonna turn into an elk. I saw there was an elk mini, so I'm going to turn into an elk and attempt to break this rope.
So she's turned into an elk. Do I still hold the rope?
Well, talk about
Oh,
being
we
the
rest-
elk of the town.
hold the rope, Chip.
All right. Oh, by
So
the
is this
hi,
thing still
Tenju.
constraining me, or am I able to move a bit
Yeah,
more
the rope
freely?
is still it's
It's still
around your waist.
It's around your
It's
waist
still
now.
constrained your waist.
I'm gonna step forward and Crab is gonna get like real intense. Crab is not proficient with this weapon, but has been carrying it for a real long time, and it's a blunderbuss. Crab's gonna step forward and be like, "Listen, we're at the point of this conversation where I'm gonna give you a chance to do the right thing. You're gonna cooperate. After that, my partner and I, we won't be as patient."
Are you
I'm
going to
going- I'm-
answer an
I'm
elk?
going to attempt to knock that blunderbuss out of his hand with my antlers.
Okay, go ahead. Both of you give me a strength check.
Okay, hang on. I need to look up my improved strength here now that I'm an elk, not a weenie.
It's okay. I got this. Don't worry, Chip. Damn it.
Okay, so that's a
So-
+3 to my strength, so I
So
got a
you just
13.
you just go up and like a gentle nudge with your antlers, just sort of gently just knock the blunderbuss to the ground, and Chip just with the rope in one hand just goes, "Woo!" And-
I'm gonna pick it up and be like, "It's okay. We situation's under control. I meant to drop that.
My time is valuable, Inspector. I will permit you to detain
you-
me for.
So you are an elk. So this comes out as.
Well, good. Can I roll nature?
Go for
I
it.
have studied at all
Can
of
I
the
still
greatest
speak to
academies.
Vin while I'm an elk? 'Cause this is important.
I did lead the Department of Extinct Beasts.
You are proficient in some like
So I have a 14. Do I know how to speak elk?
sure.
Yes.
You understand not proficiently, but like it's enough. It's like you're past the donde está la biblioteca like level of elk.
So in
But you're
in
not
essence, I'm saying I will be billing you for my time, and Vin, who I'm going to just assume can understand me since we're tight like that, will hand over an invoice.
yeah. Vince just sort of like just nestles in like the egg pouch where there are
God.
normally eggs like for penguins, and then comes back up with an invoice and then just gives it to Chip, and Chip's like, so she's giving us an invoice.
Ugh,
And then
paperwork.
Chip turns around and says, "Oh, it's Genju. Genju, hi. It's good to see you." You and Chip both know each other because you're both locals, and it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Elisa, you're also here."
Hi.
Chip, you know these two?
Yeah, the Elisa's great, you know, and then this is Genju. Like, we've known each other for ages. I'm like totally butchering everything because I've got a bit of a Cockney accent. So that's just how it is now. This is my
Yeah.
excuse.
I'm crouched beside my cousin, twice removed, body,
Twice.
and I look up. Chip, I need to talk to my family.
Oh, you need okay. We can. You want? Well, you're kind of under arrest right now, but I can talk. But he looks over at Inspector Crab and says, "So we need to talk." So Genji says that she needs to talk to her family. Because I think are you really? I don't want to assume, but is this someone you know?
My cousin.
This is her cousin in the tuna. Inspector Crab.
Yep. Do you believe that Genju is it?
Yeah.
Do you believe that Genju is a suspect? Or do you think Genju is an asset to this investigation?
I've known Genju all my life. She used to babysit me.
See.
Chip was
Yeah.
a good baby.
I was a real good little egg.
Very curious. Likes to roll around as an egg.
Genju,
Yeah,
do you
she
think
kept
you
me
can
from rolling into the sea several times. It was a good thing. Day
Genju, do
wasn't
you think you
really
can help
around.
us? You think you can help us?
I have to find out who did this.
Well,
Oh,
we have
I'll
one
help you.
suspect.
And you see that I just want to point out again. There's a little piece of paper stuffed in that boussant.
Yeah, ADC definitely noticed.
And
Scroll
you see, do
within
you want to
bun,
do,
within
like-
person, within fish. That's next level.
I'm
Also,
very
just a
glad
heads up.
I-
Merc donated $30. One of there's a rare and uncommon magic item that anyone can add.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead and just choose stuff. I sorry,
Don't
I'm like
know.
rare okay, uncommon. Somebody get a hat of vermin. That's a thing that you can have.
Hat of vermin. That's got to be an Arisu thing, right?
And you see, you just have a hat of. You find
I
on the you
am
look at a fish
vermin.
barrel, and you have a hat of vermin. And I think for the rare, let's do.
I got
the,
you.
Thank you. Cool, but
So I take out a
as-
slip of paper
Great, thank you.
to look at it. And I
You
unfurl it.
look. Yeah, it's a little damp. But you unfurl and you see that it is in a script that you do not recognize. Edisu, are you also taking a look at what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
I imagine you're very interested. Go ahead and roll me a perception check with advantage, Edisu.
I'm on it.
Gilded poison, magic item to Genju.
5.
Sorry, what of poison?
Go ahead and roll it again, Emma.
Gilded poison, the user donated $10. That means that Genju gets an uncommon magic item.
Ooh, thank you.
Super exciting.
Yo, Daniel, can you give me a magic item?
Oh my god. yeah.
Thank you, Daniel.
I don't know anything.
I'm trying to keep the train rolling.
No, don't worry, I got this.
Thank you. So, Edisu, you you don't need a super high roll for this. You look at that pamphlet, like you kind of peer over, because Genju, you know Erisu. Erisu comes around the Bassant restaurant like all the time and is like the messiest eater. So you know them because you're always cleaning up after them when they leave.
Crumbs everywhere.
So many crumbs. But you end up, Erisu, you realize this is deep speech, but it's not just deep speech. It's like ye olde deep speech. This is like old English is to our English.
It's the deepest of speech.
It's the deepest of speeches. It's not just deep speech, it's deepest speech.
Deepest.
And you know, like you could maybe make some guesses because it is still related. A deep speech in this world is the common native like home tongue of all of the squirrels in Sholung. So you could make a guess, but you do know that you do have a couple relatives in town, and one of them is Grandma Fua Fua, who is your great grand aunt, and she might know how to translate this if people need it to be translated.
Yeah.
Oh my god, amazing.
Hey, everyone. I think I can help. Am I under arrest still?
If you could help, not yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
I still haven't eliminated you as a suspect.
Well, I can tell you as a person who stashes things in other things that this is beyond my level of stashing skills.
We'll see about that. Let's take us to this contact of yours. Genju, can I count on your assistance in this investigation? It seems personal.
Of course.
How's Kwai feeling about all this?
Oh, Guai just has been basically popped open their little mercantile stall that they keep right with them. Pops it up. They've already steeped several pots of tea. There's already some cookies right there. Just been taking a break the entire time, and it's just like has a cookie, like has a dry almond cookie in his mouth. It's like, what? Are we going?
Yeah.
We'll go.
Mr. Guai, I have to. He needs to. I need to be where he is, and I'm saying this to Inspector Crab.
No problem. I'll tag along. It's fine. It'll be dandy. We're just gonna go down for this here flavor train. We're just gonna go down. We're just gonna have a good time.
What language is this turtle speaking?
It's not deep
believe
speech.
it is
I know that.
common.
I don't know.
I'm gonna point to Swang. Do you understand what this turtle is saying? What is a flavor train?
Is
Let
Sung
me think
still
I'm-
an elk?
Sung is still an elf. But Inspector Crab can kind of understand her. She's going to say, I hear crab tastes very good. It's true.
I'm gonna turn. Are you threatening me? To Guy Fieri. To Guy Fieri.
Yeah, no, I'm not threatening you. We're all good.
Okay, you speak the common tongue.
Yeah, I speak
Right.
the common tongue. I go through. I have to travel a lot through Sholung. I actually am. I actually write a food critic newsletter for show for that gets transcribed everywhere across show. And I'm also the guy who also made the Golden Wheel restaurant star rating.
You
Food
say
critic.
that, and Chip drops the rope. You're the creator, the Golden Wheel star rating.
Yeah, I was supposed
my-
to. I'm supposed to make my way to the Balsant Cafe to give a taste and a rating.
Well, that's amazing.
Plus my readers, I got it, and it's like he just has like a bunch of pamphlets. Like, I got my readers. I got to send these things out too.
Wow.
You want a pamphlet?
Yeah.
Here you go.
He takes all the pamphlets.
God.
Takes all the pamphlets. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Chip,
you
can
go
we
ahead.
can we trust this Fieri?
I mean, anyone who created the Golden Wheel star rating is amazing. I think so. He's
mean,
kind
this-
of a big deal.
This is
Also,
a
my agent told me I have to follow Jen around, so I kind of have to go everywhere.
Okay. Well, I guess yeah. We could just bring all these people. And the
Right.
elk.
and the elk. I don't trust the elk and the penguin, but we'll need more information before we can ask them more questions.
The penguin, by the way, is going to take out one of its own pamphlets and then present it to Guy for signature here. Guy may or may not notice that there are X's over restaurants that have been rated already.
Yeah, sure. I don't mind signing for a fan. Not a problem.
Big fan of the
So-
rating. It tells us where the money is.
So Edisu knows where I'm gonna go ahead and like push this a little bit forward. So Edisu leads all of you to this amazing little tree house, which of course is where the squirrel their squirrel relatives live. And in an attempt to sort of like diversify, this squirrel family has gone into creating fishing equipment. So they're a little bit like a little tiny REI, but just for fishing, like nets.
Oh
and
my
things like
God.
that. So yeah, we'll just wait until Chris gets there. But when they do arrive, you see, anyway, so you see the little squirrel family, and your let's see, I'm just sorry, just going to you see your aunt Kurumi, who is the daughter of Grandma Fuafua. You basically call her aunt Aunt Kurumi, and she goes over and she gives you the traditional squirrel traditional squirrel a greeting where it's like kisses on both cheeks, but also little flickings of tails at each other. So you're both flicking your tails at each other,
You fluff your
and
tail.
you're just both fluffing your tails at each other. And then she says in deep speech, "Oh, it's so." It is so nice to see you again. How are you doing? What brings you around? The rest of you hear as they're speaking in deep speech.
Guai just is like half eating a lamb and mutton stuffed bun from my yuan, and it's just like, I gotta stop eating these buns.
Arisu, can you what are they saying? What are they saying?
Oh.
Yeah, Kurumi turns around and says like, "Oh, you brought friends," and she says this in common, and she's just like, "Oh, well, welcome. Well, I guess Edisu, it's so nice that you finally started making friends in town. Although I'm not sure why you brought this elk. That's interesting.
Really interesting is how I managed to get up here.
Yeah.
Do you think the elk is just still like
You're on the
still
rope.
downstairs at the base?
Now
And
we
the
use the
rope just-
rope.
And the rope's just going out. The rope's just going out of one of the windows.
Yeah. Your aunt Karumi is just like, "Oh, well, I guess it's really what brings you around. Did you just come from the sunset? We just did it from our window, as we normally do, the whole hand gesture thing. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. And you
Yeah,
see,
these people, they're funny.
yeah, they're interesting, but we fit in, and it's harmless enough. And it's always nice to take a break to look at pretty things like the sunset. So, and then I get to we get to look at kind of maybe sort of our home, which is fun.
Sh-
Um,
w- Did you
are
show
you
them
are you
what we
here?
found?
Oh, right. Obasa, we have something that I can't read, but maybe you or Fluafua could. I think because she's older, everyone would call Fluafua Bachan.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bachan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me. Ankarumi looks at the slightly damp, smelly note and just
Oh
says,
yeah. Sorry.
"Oh,
about
this
that.
is really." This is very old, and meanwhile, she just kind of reverts back to deep speech as she's talking to everyone's just like everyone just hears rah, rah, rah. And you
It's just a little treehouse full of squirrels fluffing their tails, going.
and so your aunt says, "Oh, this is definitely like I can go back to maybe like medium deep speech, maybe 7 fathoms, but this is like 12 fathoms deep. Like I can't. Maybe Bachan is able to take a look at this. You want me to go get her?
Yeah,
Where did
absolutely.
you find this? Yeah, where did you find this?
Oh, in a bun, in a guy, in a fish.
Wow, that's impressive.
No, right?
This is a squirrel? Because
I
that's like
don't-
our level.
I know, but like not my level.
That's true. That's not really.
So-
We tend to put things in build. Let me go grab Bachan. So she wheels out. She goes into another room and she wheels out this elderly squirrel wrapped in blankets, and she kind of looks up at all of you, and she doesn't even bother speaking common anymore. She just opens her mouth and like comes out, and she just
What is she saying?
Kurumi says in regular deep speech, and then this is the part where I have to start talking to Emma on Discord.
Yeah.
I'm gonna while you talk to Emma on Discord, I'm gonna go out and talk to the elk. I'm gonna Crab is gonna like climb down the treehouse. I'm gonna go outside. I think Chip's been kind of like Chip. You stay with the squirrels, protect them.
All right. Yeah. I'll
I'm gonna go down to the elk and be like, all right, and we talk in our how we were before. I don't.
I'm gonna need your signature on my hourly rate before we can proceed, which is, by the way, 10 gold an hour.
Okay, here's the deal. Here, do you turn back into your form? Or are you just like saying that in elk?
I'm saying this in elk.
I feel like I'm just hearing this. I'm just like, okay, here's the deal. You know that shrimp that's been following me around works for the Mandarinate, the government. I'm just a private investigator. Here's the deal. Maybe I used to work for them. They forced me into retirement here, and look, pension's not as good as I thought it was. It was not as promised. Here's the deal. You join us. Maybe we bill the government, and we split this. So you just want to play along?
Okay, I'll actually turn back for this.
I'm gonna say that in very broken elk.
I'll turn back into a human for this. Is like, just understand that my government rates are, they contain some additional fees, and her grin is very like, yeah, let's screw these guys over.
That's totally fine. Just we'll let Chip do their thing. Chip means well, and but Chip does work for the Empire. I don't. I work for truth. And you know what? I'm gonna like look you in the eyes with my like little beady crab eyes, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna make an insight check. I don't think this is like an opposed roll. I think I'm just gonna look you in the eyes and be like,
Do you want
Do
to
you
make an
have anything-
intimidation check?
"Oh, sure, I can do
Yeah.
that." I'm gonna be like, "Okay, I have a +0."
Oh,
They're like beady little eyes. Also, I'm a small size character, so I'm like looking up at you with my beady little eyes. I've got like a trench coat covered in tiny little eyes, and they all kind of turn to you. But instead of looking intimidating, I think I just look cute. And I was gonna be like, okay, help me out here. I need this case to work, so I can leave this city. I need this. I just think Crab just comes off as like desperate as fuck. I need this.
So I was just gonna kind of shrug. I was like, well, this is the only interesting thing going on, so sure. You have my rates.
All right.
So do you ascend back into the?
Yeah, we're gonna set back up, and I'm gonna come in and be like,
Oh, did
Chip.
you de-rope me?
yeah, when I get Chip to
Okay.
do it, I'll be like, Chip, de-rope song. I have
All right,
determined.
de-roping.
Thank you. I have determined that they are an asset to this investigation. Now, Chip, I know that I don't pay your salary.
Nope, you don't
Um,
pay me anything except attention.
Right. Right, yes, of course, that. When this is all over, Swang, who has told me that they are a consultant, we will send the bill to the Empire, and I'll get you to do the paperwork for me. How's that sound?
Oh, I love paperwork. Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic.
So I'm
So,
gonna lean over to Vin and be like, prepare the big invoice.
So Bachan, in meantime, we've set up the squirrels have set up this like little translation train of telephone where so Bachan is looking at this piece of paper and she starts like mumbling in a deep basso profundo and is like and then Karumi translates this in regular deep speech to Erisu, and Erisu can translate what this says.
Right. So she's saying it's an old recipe for bao sauce. Jeez, I didn't know there was a deep speech word for that. Ooh,
Hmm.
it's a good recipe. Oh wow, they use real butter.
And
What?
Genju, you realize like, oh, that's your family's recipe.
Can I get these bao sauce?
And then you
reveal one.
start and then you start seeing Bachan start like lightly smacking Erisu on the arm.
All right.
Anyone who
I-
wants to make an insight check.
Yes, I
Sure,
would
why
like to.
not?
I have
Why not?
advantage on that.
Yeah, you can tell that Erisu is in trouble because Erisu has not been visiting.
I got a 19.
Yeah, I got a 16.
I got a
Yeah.
14. Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah,
Everyone.
everyone
Told.
knows.
See, this
That
is
your
why I
grandpa-
send gold back to Granny very regularly, so I don't have this conversation when I come home.
All right.
Yeah, you can tell it's like the general stuff. Like, you look too skinny. I made some food for you. Actually, Emma, why don't you make a cash roll for me?
Can do.
Well, it seems like some murder. for
Oh.
food.
Oh,
Oh my god.
This is a good place to
Emma,
be.
you realize you actually did stash something under Bachan's wheelchair.
Of course,
Of course. Of
she
course. Why not?
understands.
Safest place to put.
And you so what do you do to her to grab it?
Be like, oh, Hold on a minute.
What are you doing?
Just looking for some
Did you hide something
nutskulls.
underneath my chair? Did you hide something underneath my chair again?
Her voice
This is
just
ridiculous.
changed.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to
No,
like
it's okay. I think it's
transition
hilarious.
Yeah,
from
it's a bit
speech to
much.
like little old lady.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's
You're
hard.
like, no,
Um,
no,
I
no,
will
no.
s- I
But you
will
said
say
there
though,
were
if there is any-
nutskulls.
if there's any food put out for Arisu, Guai is gonna definitely be like leaning over and trying to like get a whiff of it and smelling like man, that smells dynamite.
there's some like hazelnut manju that's been set out.
That's cracking.
Well, yeah,
That's cracking.
if you want to try, you better grab some now, because who knows where they'll be in a few minutes.
Oh, are you sure?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Takes
So
a
you
bite.
retrieve the bag underneath her wheelchair, and as you open it, you see the hint of something gold inside.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
And as you pull it out, you realize this it's actually a golden wheel the size of a fist.
Oh,
What is
man.
that?
Looks like it's made
And I
out
just
of
like
real
hold
gold.
it up and start flipping it around, going like, "Oh, neat."
Anyone can make a history or arcana check here with advantage if you want.
Sure. With advantage, you say.
With all of your travels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got
Nice.
18.
18. Guai, you recognize this immediately. This is one of the lost legendary components of the emblems is one of the emblems of authority.
He definitely has like the manju still like halfway in his mouth, and he's just like, "Arr!
It's like, something wrong with the manju?
No, actually, no. The manju, it's slamming. It's good. No, actually, where did this come from?
I'm already slowly tucking it away somewhere into my clothes.
You know
It's
what
gone.
that is?
It's gone. There's a flash of gold. It's gone. It's somewhere on the squirrel.
What the-
But yeah, so that is a thing that you now have. Whoever's carrying it, let's just give you like a strength buff of +1. Why not? I'm just gonna give that to you because I don't know if we're gonna get the rest of the emblems today, so we'll see.
Amazing.
So
Someone
Eddie
can
Sue,
totally
since you're
take it
carrying
off me too.
Yeah, someone can totally take
No,
it off.
you wear
get
that. You
strength
wear
buff.
that.
So
You have to wear it.
But Denju, this is alarming because this recipe is a secret. It is also one of the great traditions with a capital T of Wakan. That your family is the only family that should make and should know about this recipe. So the fact that it has been written down and given to someone else means that tradition is broken. And this makes it
Yeah.
the second tradition of Wakan that has been broken today.
I'm gonna like walk over to this granny and like respectfully hold out my hand to be like, that belongs to my family.
She nods and she puts that back in your hand. And I'm sorry, I can't do the deep speech anymore.
No,
My
don't
throat's gonna
bother.
get shot. But basically, you get the impression amidst all the deep gargling that she respects your traditions and then is kind of looking at you hopefully in a way that's like maybe Bausance later though.
Right.
Great. Yeah.
Please come at tomorrow.
The bakery is called Golden Layers Cafe.
Please come by to Golden Layers tomorrow. Of course. Thank you so much for going through all this to translate this for us. Our family is eternally grateful.
And I'll-
Um,
And I'm turning around and just like, what is going on? I need to go talk to my family.
Meanwhile, I'm translating in the background, and we're all fluffing our tails extra fast.
Mhm.
Outside.
There's so much fluffing happening.
A family secret, a dead body. It's the perfect recipe for a spicy case.
So go ahead, Guai.
Why is just gonna be like recipe? Well, I don't know about that. I don't think I can eat a case.
Oh.
On that note, how are we doing for bio breaks and such? Do we want to take it? Or do
I'm
we
doing
just wanna
good.
keep
I'm doing
going
good.
through?
I'm doing
Let's
good to
just keep-
power.
We're gonna
We can
ride
go.
this
Keep
flavor
going.
train.
Yeah, we lost.
Yeah, we're gonna
oh,
ride
God.
this flavor train.
I don't know. Are we allowed? Can we say that? Has he trademarked that? Are we gonna get
That
in
one,
trouble?
no. That
Okay.
one, no. That's why I could say it.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Oh
Thank
my
you for doing the
gosh.
preliminary research.
Jackie's dedication to
gosh.
this role is truly astounding.
Yeah.
Was that a
Yeah.
short rest, by the way, this whole sequence?
Oh, that was a whole sequence. Yeah, it's been like you've been here for nomming on Manju and just trekking for like an hour. Sure. So at this point, the sun has set. It's about like 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock, and then by the time you, so Denju, you're like you need to talk to your family. So your family is gonna be at the cafe because it's a late night operation. They're open pretty much at all hours. So you all make your way and follow Denju to Golden Layers Cafe, which is the oldest and the best place in Shang to get baosans. Is the originator of the bao songs, and they have perfected it over generations. There are many who try to learn what the real secrets of the success of this recipe have been. Many have tried imitating it. None have gotten it to the same level that the Lam family has. And as you enter this space, it's like a very upscale quickly almost, in the sense that it's like
Oh,
they
wow.
sell like there's like the menu is enormous, and you can see there's more fish
Fish
just
everywhere.
everywhere. But you also see like there, because it is a flaky pastry that comes in 4 flavors. It comes in plain, barbecue pork, custard, and red bean. There's a lot of crumbs just everywhere. If you zoom in on our beautiful
I
set,
just
you
love
can
the
see-
Swedish fish everywhere.
I specifically requested that there be many Swedish fish, and in this scene, a lot of pastry crumbs.
Remember, these are not just
Oh,
Swedish fish.
so that's
These
what
are
these are. This is
weapons.
little bits of
little
bread.
little bits of bread, little bits of flaky pastry.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
everywhere. Yeah.
Oh,
So you walk in, and even at this hour, like it's. So, are you still an elk? Oh no, the elk's just there. Okay, that's a different elk. I'm
that's
sorry.
a different elk.
That's a different elk.
Yeah, I'm a human again.
Human again. So
The
you
reason I
end
asked
up.
about short rest is because I wanted to make sure I had all of my wild shape, because I need to know how many times I can turn into an elk or a shark or other appropriate
There.
animals.
Druid is awesome. I love playing druids for this reason. And as you enter, it's a busy place. You see, various the Lizardful family, who is they were like Denju, they resemble these Komodo dragons. They're carrying out trays of freshly baked baosans. You see a person in the back like shaking up bubble tea drinks. You see other people steeping fresh tea. It's hopping. It's a hopping cool drive. Like this is like a really cool 5 and dime sort of place. And you when you walk in, Ginger, you see the owner, proprietor of the restaurant, your elder uncle, Muli, who is standing there kind of like overseeing the general restaurant, kind of like a restaurant manager, just sort of looking out, making sure that everything's okay, everything is running and in alignment. And he sees you walk in with like this interesting motley crew, and is like, and just sort of does he doesn't really he doesn't talk too much, but
Yeah.
he gives you like a nod of greeting, like.
Yeah, and instead of giving the usual chin up nod back, I glance at like the back of the shop, and kind of like say, these are my guests. We get baosans for all of them.
Oh yeah.
He nods, and he turns around and he goes, and his partner Longsha, who is definitely the more talkative of the pair of them, he comes out, as like, oh, It's so nice to see you, Genju. You brought your friends and you want Bowsons. I'll just get a big variety for everybody.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yes, and some tea. You want some teas as well? Do you want to see the menu? Let me bring out the menu for you. And so he seats all of you down at a table, and he also brings over the enormous menu. And as you all sit down, you look upon the walls behind you, and you see that there are portraits, these beautiful portraits of people who have tried to eat their way through this giant menu. And the number that they
God.
managed to finish before they passed away. So they're like these older folks, these portraits of older folks trying to get through this literal 10,000 item menu, because here in Sholang, every restaurant has a 10,000 item menu.
This
so-
should be like Adam Richman from Man
This
vs.
is
Food.
this is canon. Right? Like, this is
canon.
literally
This
a
is
thing in the book.
Canon.
Shim's gonna order some of the more expensive things and expense them to the government.
Yeah, we're gonna build a government. If we
Perfect.
this murder happened in like city limits.
Oh, Long Shot comes in and is just like, no charge. It's on the house. You're with
No,
you're
I
with my-
insist. Please
Where's
build
my
these
niece
people.
here?
We insist. We insist.
Okay, you want to pay? Sure, not gonna turn down free money.
Okay, while we're waiting for food, I'm gonna turn to Risu. So let me get this straight. We've got a dead body
Uh-huh.
with supposedly secret recipe that belongs to you, Genju. Is this your family's recipe?
It's not mine exactly. It's my uncle's.
I see.
Only they should know it.
And are they aware of the fact that this recipe has been stolen or missing? No crimes have been reported.
I'm not sure. I have to ask him now.
Why don't we do that?
And I'll-
So yeah, Longshot comes over with like even more Baosans. Just like, hey, why not? Since you're paying, might as well give you good value, huh? Let's let me just try to put these down. How's it
I'm
going?
not
You guys
paying.
my favorite.
The government
meat.
is paying. A very important distinction.
Alright, better.
Wyatt's already gone through at least about half a dozen Balsans already, and it's just like, this is a slamming tea house of serendipity.
Uncle,
Calm yourselves. Calm yourself, Fieri. We
What
don't
does
want
he
to try.
say?
We don't want to.
Chip's just like his mouth full of Baosans. He's just like, I just ignore what he's saying. He's a good dude. I don't understand half of what he says. And Longshot is looking at you, Guai, like, and looks at Chip, and then just
Uncle,
like nods.
have we had? And I'm looking around to make sure that no one is nearby, and then say, have we had any trouble recently? Anything to do with the recipe for the balsam?
I think the recipe is still safe. Why do you? I mean, we haven't seen that good for nothing cousin of yours in a couple of days. He didn't show up for shift again at the warehouse.
I saw him today. Dead.
Oh, you saw? How was he? What? Drops the Balsans. What? He's dead?
On the harbor,
And
murdered and stuffed into a tuna.
And Longshot just kind of just clutches his pearls, and Muli, like seeing his husband like distressed, walks over and puts a big comforting arm on him and looks down at you, Genju, and then in a rare instance of actually speaking, says, "He's dead."
Who's dead? And in his mouth was a balsam with 8 layers, and inside the balsam was a sheet of paper. And then I'm taking it out. On the paper, written in deep speech, and looking uncertainly at Edisu.
Deepest speech.
Deep.
In deepest speech is the recipe.
At this Longshot just
uncles.
starts like hyperventilating, and Mooley's just like just becomes like a lizard folk giant compression like jacket and just like hugs his husband to calm him down. And as Langsha finally calms down, he says, "Oh well, this is terrible. I how did he do? I guess maybe he saw us do the recipe a couple of times and he wrote it down, but he knows that that's a family secret. He knows that that's never supposed to get. This is one of the capital T traditions of Wakan. He can't just do. He can't just do that." And he starts like hyperventilating again, and then like, Muli just sort of again gently squeezes his husband to help him calm down. And
Yeah,
then,
and I do the Muli.
the Muli nod.
Yeah.
Really nod.
And then I
nodded,
turn
yeah.
to Inspector Pangxie. They were not aware.
Meanwhile, is Eddie? There's like a but. I imagine Erisu's just on the ground, like getting all the balsans, just like
Tucking them under chairs, shoving a few in their mouth. Shards of pastry are going everywhere.
It's contributing to the mess.
I'm kind of stashing one on Guai somewhere in his backpack.
Doesn't even notice. Doesn't even notice.
So one thing I want to do is kind of take a quick break in the action quickly and just thank everyone who's donated so far.
Yeah.
yes.
Speaking of
Thank
stashing,
you.
this fits really well. We haven't like acknowledged it on stream. We've had a whole bunch of really amazing donations come in. Ms. Mugsworth, Gilded Poison, Merc, Rabbit, Finlay, Telorian. Thank you so much. I think I might have missed one or two, but thank you so much. Want to let you know that for those who aren't as well versed with D&D Beyond on our team, I have added magical items to your characters. I know Jackie's done it already. Jackie knows what to do.
Mhm.
Jackie's added an item. Agatha, we gave you the Ring of Jumping, which lets you jump 21 feet vertically and
We're jumping
57 feet
lizard.
horizontal. You're a jumping lizard now. And to fit with Irisu's penchant for stashing things, we added a very cool item, the Bracer of Flying Daggers. So this item, they're
Ooh.
arm guards, and they're like armbands, and they basically let you pull magical daggers out of them to throw. So it's almost like you're stashing infinite knives in your wrist coverings.
I like
Um,
it.
So thank you so much to everyone who's donated. Just want to remind you that donations are going towards the Cutthroat Collective. They are an organization that support AAPI artists, amplify AAPI activists, and of course invest in vulnerable AAPI communities. They're also, one of their mission statements is to kind of build strength between communities of color and beyond. So thank you so much to everyone who's donated. This really means a lot. We greatly appreciate it. It is also going to have a hilarious impact on the game. So thank you so much. Again, we want to remind you that bar, we're hoping to have that bar be all pink magenta by the end of this. We want to hit $1,000. So thank you so much, everyone. But anyways, sorry for the interruption. Let's get back into it.
Not at all. So Muli pats Longsha on the shoulder again, and Longsha calms down. He he says, I mean, Tangho is like always kind of skiving off somewhere, but he was last time we saw him, he was at the warehouse. I mean, and Genju, you know that your family like doesn't, because of the volume of ingredients and whatnot they go through. Y'all actually, your family owns a warehouse at the docks, where you sublease it to like an you sublease part of it to like an apothecary like spell components company as well, but you use most of the warehouse, and that's where you put like your flour and butter and all that stuff like that. Like it's not too far from Golden Layers because they have to transport the ingredients over. But that's where your cousin would have, your cousin twice removed would have worked. in terms of like stacking and keeping inventory and like all that stuff. So yeah.
Amazing.
And
I have to go and take a look.
yeah. Well, if you're good, I mean, here at least take some of these with you. And then he just like starts stuffing all of you with Baussons, just like stay well rested. Oh, what time? And he turns around, and so Longshot turns around and looks at Muli. He's like, what time is it? And Muli looks at the clock and says, midnight. And Longshot says, I didn't hear the bells. The bells didn't ring, the midnight bells. And Chip says, what? The midnight bells didn't ring? But they ring every night. That's a tradition in Shang. And Genju and Erisu, you know this to be like, and also like Inspector Crab, like you all know this to be like, this is a thing that happens at midnight every night. This has never happened in your entire life here, didn't you? Every night, there's always been bells at midnight. And Longshot looks at Muli and says, what does this mean? What's going on? And Muli looks at him and says, I don't know, my love, but we'll be okay. We've weathered through this before as a family. We'll do it again. Genju, you just let me know if you need anything, and I'll be right there. And this is like the most that you've ever heard your uncle say in a very long time.
I feel like I'm kind of shook because, like, traditions should not be broken, and if it's like viscerally wrong, so I think it takes me a moment before I can respond, and I nod.
Yeah, the
Thank
fact
you.
that your uncle is saying this much is also like impressing
Disconcerting.
Disconcerting, but it's also impressing upon you the severity of the situation. If your uncle is saying this much, like, stuff is happening. Something's deeply wrong. So, anything y'all want to do before you head off to the Golden Layers warehouse?
I'm definitely going to make sure that they know specifically to settle the bill and how to expense it to the Empire. Like, I very much intend to get as much gold out of the Empire as I can.
A lizard folk, like a waiter who's also a cousin of the family, is like standing there with Vince, and Vince is like in Penguin trying to like mime how this invoice is going to go, and it's actually going pretty well. Like, and Chip's just sort of looking like, oh, Inspector Crab, I never thought I'd see a penguin be that good at trying to communicate financial needs. It's kind of incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, all right. Well, I guess we better go. Let's do it. So, all of you, take your last victuals, nom your last Baussons.
I shake off all the crumbs.
Just fly off.
All of you can't see anything for a hot second as a whirlwind
Of
pastry flakes just
All the
dominate
people-
the room.
All the lizard folk that are working the restaurant already have brooms ready because they saw Erisu and were like, oh, it's that squirrel.
Of course.
That squirrel. Yeah, Longshaw is like, as you leave, you see like Longshaw, Muli, and like all the other lizard folk are just like, they wave goodbye to you, and they all have brooms, and they're just like sweeping everything.
They sweep them out into the street as we leave.
Yeah, as we leave, just like sweeping all y'all out with the crumbs.
Alright.
So yeah, you make your way to, you follow Genju all the way to the Golden Layers warehouse.
Oh, cool.
It's basically, you know, pretty simple. It's a warehouse, and you see that as you get closer, Chip kind of like tilts his head, and Inspector Crab, you see like some concern in your assistant's eye.
What is it, Chip? You see something? I know your eyes are, well, powerful.
It's true. I can see 16 different colors. It's really interesting. But what's more interesting is actually, I think my dad subleases this warehouse.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you know, my family. I'm the first in my family to work for the government, and my family is actually we're purveyors in spell components and apothecary goods and all that stuff. So it's I haven't seen him in a while. We haven't talked ever since my mom died. So this is interesting.
Something's
It's
fishy.
well, everything we're near the
We're really close to the
everything's
water.
fishy. We're
Yeah.
really close to the water.
It's an expression, Chip. It's an expression.
Someone say
Ah.
fish. I catch
Like the
fish.
flavor train that guy was talking about.
Yes. I'm
Right.
glad that isn't the insult we thought it was.
I'm so glad too. Yeah. Flavor trains sounds
Alright.
like could be real dodgy.
So what are we
Um,
looking for here?
So you enter the warehouse, all of you, and it's you can see that the delineation between like the stuff that belongs to Golden Layer Cafe and the stuff that belongs to like the spell components area, it's like pretty clear. Like one's a bunch of things of flour and butter and God knows what else, like just normal pastry stuff, like beans, tapioca pearls, like pretty straightforward. And you see like a bunch of spell components and stuff like that, like just normal things in jars, various beakers, things that are slightly fluorescent. Nothing quite yet, but why don't all of you make a perception check for me?
No, while we're rolling, it's a good time to say that Austin, your character gets a rare magic item.
Ooh.
Yeah. If you need help, let me know, or you can just grab something.
Hit me with something.
Hit you with something.
okay.
Do you want like a combat item? Do you want armor?
I've got
right now-
actually a very potent combat.
You've got a
item.
good dancing scimitar. I'll give you.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get you some armor.
All right, did anyone who got above a 15?
Oh,
got
I need to roll.
I believe I did actually, because my modifier is pretty high.
What are we
Okay.
rolling? Perception?
So I got a 16.
Yeah.
Okay, I have advantage on this. I got a 14.
So Sulung, you're the only one who sees this. As everyone is just getting their bearings in this new space, you see out of the corner of your eye you see a very really clean patch of ground. Like it's like too clean. It's like
Okay.
and it looks almost like a trail. It's like if someone took a Roomba to a room filled with like, I don't know, shave chips or whatever, and just like it's just you follow the path of the Roomba. It's like it's like a Roomba in like a vacuuming commercial where you see the vacuum kind of go across and it leaves this like one very clean trail. So you see this trail and you see it lead off into the shadows, but the very edge of the shadows, you see something liquid on the ground, and it looks a little red, and it's about 50 feet away.
All right, I'm gonna go up and inspect that.
Okay.
Sword drawn.
Describe to me how you're going to inspect it. Are you being stealthy about this? Are you just charging in? What's Vin doing?
So, stealth is not in the vocabulary of independent professional shipping inspectors. We want them to know we're coming so that they can get all of their goods ready for us ahead of time. So yeah, I'm going to walk over and I'm going to inspect it. I am going to have my sword drawn because that is important.
Mm-hmm. So the rest of you see Song and her giant ass penguin start heading off into down this down this area. And what do y'all follow her? What's up?
I'm gonna follow. Can we move the mini? Where is
Yeah, would you
I'm
roll?
immediately following as
so-
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you head I would say you head north. You head north and you kind of go through that little maze until you hit the other side of the because you follow that trail. So over there. Perfect.
Yeah, Crab
And
is
if you
gonna
wanna-
go. Yeah, Crab will just follow right behind.
I'm gonna
And I-
also be prepared to respond to any offensive action.
Okay.
And I'm following, but I'm shoving my little hands in every crack and
He's
space that I
grabbing
can
everything.
see.
Do you
Just,
want to roll
like,
for
rustling
cash?
around.
Do you want to make a cash roll?
This is just like habit. I see a gap and I put my hand in it, but sure.
Amazing.
Nah. 6.
You pull out a you pull out a bag and you realize the bag has some cheese in it that you thought looked cool.
Just like
Feel
rubbing it.
good.
We're all just like sneaking, and then Arisu's just like, "Oh, that looks great. We'll take some of that."
This looks good.
Oh,
This is-
Guy is definitely taking inventory of everything that's here. It's just like, oh yeah, there's that. And like, oh yeah.
I transfer the Bowsop from Gwai into a little crack between some sacks.
Wait, did we make it here safely?
So as you so Sung, you are the first to see this because you are the first to act and to follow this trail, this ridiculously clean trail. And you see as you see that as you stop, the trail is actually blood. It's a smear blood. It looks like someone dragged a body through this whole place and then like did like a really not great cleanup work on this because the cleanup trail is very evident.
But this area is clean, so they cleaned like the spot, but not the trail to it. Is that how that worked?
Basically, if you just imagine like a Roomba going through and cleaning up this blood trail, you follow the Roomba trail. But you follow the Roomba trail to the part where it's not yet clean, and you see a bunch of blood on the ground.
Do you point that out to the rest of us?
Yeah, absolutely. I pointed out by telling Vin to get the corpse fee paperwork ready.
Excuse me. Did you
Pulls
just
it
say,
out of its head.
The
just-
potential corpse fee.
did you just say corpse?
Potential. I said potential. I have
And-
not
and-
confirmed.
And actually, speaking corpse fee, so you see another body stuffed into. You see another lizard folk stuffed into a giant tuna,
No.
dead on the ground, not more than 30 feet in front of you, with two robed cultist-looking dudes standing over the body, clearly trying to finish the cleaning after clearly like they dragged it's obvious they dragged this body and they're trying to clean everything up in not a great way. So with that, why don't I have all of you roll for initiative?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Guai has many words to say about how to stuff things into things properly.
20 total.
6. Man, I'm rolling like the party did on Thursday's game.
Oh my god, yeah.
now, that,
That was
now that
awful.
I'm not the game master anymore, the dice have turned.
Yeah, I rolled a 14 because I have 0 initiative. Oh yeah.
I think mine's an 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I am
Where do I?
Your initiative, Agatha, is just going to be on your.
I rolled
character
this.
There you go.
Yeah, I got it. I got a 7.
nice. Okay, cool. I'm gonna roll initiative for these two cultists. One is a 19 and one is a 2. Chris, do we have an initiative tracker, or should I be keeping track of all this stuff?
I did not set one up, so it's more efficient for you to keep track of it, I think.
All
Let's do
right,
it.
cool. So I'm gonna go down the line, and everyone just let me shout yourself out when I call your number, as I very quickly set this up in my notes. 2, 1. All right, so cultist. Anyone get a 20 or above a 20?
I got
Okay,
a 20.
of course. Okay. 19. That's the cultist. 18.
That was me.
17. 18. Erisu. 17.
I got 14.
Great. 13. 10 through 5. 10 through 5. Anyone get actually 13 through 5. Who got 13 through 5?
I'm 6.
I got a
Okay.
7.
Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna roll for Chip. Chip also goes on 7. Cool. Awesome. So, let's start at the very beginning, which is a very good place to start. Inspector Crab, you're up.
Do they know we're here, or do we have
Oh, they look up and they're like, oh.
Oh, so like, okay, sweet. So this lets me use I'm gonna as a bonus action, I'm gonna use my insightful fighting ability. So as a bonus action, I can make an insight check against the creature I see that isn't incapacitated, and contested by their deception check. If I succeed, I can use a sneak attack against them, even if I don't have advantage, which is pretty sweet. So because I have the yeah, I have an advantage on wisdom and insight checks as well. But that's not for that one. Let me just check
Nice.
quickly. Okay, sweet. So I'm going to make an insight check against them. Oh, wait. Can I yeah. All right. So I have a +8 and I have advantage. So let me roll that. That is a 25.
What are you looking for?
So for this, my insightful fighting ability, I'm actually going to walk up to them with my my trench coat covered in eyes and be like, look, look, look. We mean no harm, but I'm gonna quick draw my blunderbuss on them as a sneak attack.
Okay.
Do I beat their deception? So they have to beat a 25 on deception. If they don't, I get an advantage on my I get my sneak attack damage.
They do not beat your advantage. They can't beat
Sick.
25.
Yeah, okay, sweet. So I'm gonna walk forward. Crab. First of all, for the audience, Crab is a small-sized character with this long trench coat that's definitely not their size, and it's just dragging. Look, 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 look. We mean no harm. We're just here looking for Bausance. And looking back at Arisu, who's like maybe eating. And I'm gonna quick draw and use a point of luck to give me advantage because I only have +1 on my blunderbuss. I'm not actually good at it, and I'm gonna fire my blunderbuss, and I get an 18.
You absolutely beat their armor class.
You're like, we're just here looking for Bausance, and whoopam! And I fire my blunderbuss at them. That is 2d. Oh, ignore that. That is 2d8 +1 damage.
Okay.
Let me give it that roll. I'm just getting used to this Vorpal rolling. Sick. So I got an 11 +1, so 12 damage. So I pull up my blunderbuss and I started blasting. And I'm gonna blast
which one are you targeting? Yeah.
This one right here, the one in front of me.
Okay, cool. All right. And that's 12, yes?
Yeah, and I'm gonna blast one and then do. I don't know how well that attack goes.
You hit the you take out your blunderbuss and you fire. The cultist in front of you, he you hear like a decidedly masculine cry, and he's like, "Arr!" And he you see his arm, his shoulder just goes clean off. Like it doesn't
Blast off his
doesn't,
arm.
Like, it just blasts off. You don't blast off his entire arm, but you clearly blast off a good chunk of his right arm.
Oh snap!
And he's just like, ah. And on a night, anything else you want to do? Your turn? Any bonus actions?
I'm gonna spend my other action to reload.
Sweet. That's
And
perfect.
I'm just gonna say we only need one of them alive.
So the cultist that you hit is not super happy about what just happened. So he's going to go ahead and cast. let's see. He's going to go ahead and cast. He reaches out his hand on you. In order to, because you just literally just shot
I
him.
shut his arm off.
Um,
Yeah.
You shot part of his arm off. Can you go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Yeah, I can do that. Let me just check to make sure I don't have anything that might help me because I'm not good at this. Nope. Okay, cool. Let's get rid of those. We'll add a d20. Oh, this is such a cool system. Roll. That's a 12.
Uh-oh.
You feel your carapace start feeling super cold. It's like, ooh, you start to shiver, and next thing you know, you can't move. You've been hit with the hold person spell, and for the duration, until you can make saving throws on your turn, but for
Sweet.
the duration, you are not able to move.
Powerful magic.
Erisu, you're up.
Oh,
All right.
sorry, I didn't roll my
Talk-
sorry, double back. I didn't roll my
Oh.
sneak attack damage against that
Oh
guy.
yeah.
Oh yeah, let's back that up.
Back that up.
that
I'm
is
so sorry.
important.
I'm so sorry.
Those are important dice. Those are some important dice.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It's so it was 11 damage and then
It was 12 damage.
12 damage
Oh,
and then it's
Mhm.
24 damage total.
Jeez. Okay. Well, he's still up.
He's still up?
He's still up.
Dang.
Well then.
Well.
So it's 20. So it's 24 total damage. Yeah.
24 total damage, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. Just keeping track of everything. All right. And then he casts out he puts out his remaining hand, and he holds you. He does the hold person spell on you, but he does have to maintain concentration for that. Edisu, you're up.
All right. I might need some help
We got you. I got you.
walking through
Got
this,
you.
but one of my actions in combat is 2-weapon fighting, and
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think that at this point I see Inspector Crab get frozen, and I just kind of react by tossing the basons in my hands while also grabbing for my 2 daggers.
Okay.
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 So
So no,
Sure.
go ahead.
I would like
Oh, no,
to
go ahead.
throw my daggers at them.
Okay. So
right.
oh.
No. Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead, Daniel.
Okay. No, I was gonna say so. Emma can, with that magical item, the bracers of flying daggers, can pull 2 daggers and throw them. So Emma, you're gonna roll your d20 and you're gonna add 6.
I can do that. Oh no!
Oh.
You get 1 more because the item lets you throw 2.
That's a bit better.
18.
That's 18. Yeah.
18. Would that work?
Yeah, 18
And
does
their
hit.
basons going everywhere too.
It's just instead of like doves in a John Woo movie, it's just
It's
Bowsons.
Bowsons everywhere.
Just basons exploding.
Love it.
This has now truly become a hard
Awesome.
boil show.
So go ahead and do. I think you need to roll. Does that attack roll cover both daggers, or do we need to make separate rolls for each one?
Oh, those were the 2 rolls.
So
Those are
it's
2 rolls.
8 and
Okay, so one of
18.
them hits this
Mm-hmm.
8 and 18. The 8 does not hit. You see one dagger whistle past this person as they're holding this spell, and however, one faults right into their neck. And go ahead and roll me some damage.
Okay, so Emma, for your character, you're going to be rolling a d4 plus 3.
So
I think you
Uh,
can sneak attack still too.
No, I don't think because they know we're here, unless Michelle
Oh.
wants to give advantage.
how do you do?
Sure. Why
Uh,
not?
So you rolled a 2, so it's just 5 damage. Which one are you attacking?
Erisu's attacking the one that's got the spell on you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So the
cool.
one that you already hit. hmm So we got one fresh one and one that looks pretty not great right now.
Pretty danged up
We
at
got
this
like
point.
Pretty banged
his
up.
hands, his right hand's off. He's got a dagger in his clavicle, just like. Anything else you'd like to do, Elisu? You want to move closer, or
I think I'm definitely going to move. Where am I on the board there?
You are right here.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move up. Sort of. Yeah, behind those crates.
So if you point with the cursor, I think Chris can actually see exactly where you want to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was looking for cover.
Oh.
perfect. Okay, thank you. Next we got Guai.
So Guai is just going to be like, hey, this is getting too spicy for me over here. And
This combat's too spicy.
too spicy. Gotta chill it down. So we're gonna do okay, so what Guai's gonna do is actually gonna pull from like the little cooler, because it's actually a chest of preserving. So it's a cooler, essentially. Pulls out the cooler and just like goes, all right, I gotta do something quick. And pulls out stinky tofu, black vinegar, and also a little bit of fish sauce. Puts into a margarita shaker, shakes it up really violently.
Oh my, that poor margarita shaker. It's
I
just like,
appreciate the fish
ugh.
sauce. Like that's very important.
Yeah,
Thank you very
yeah,
much.
you know,
Yes.
you
Just a
need
little.
that.
just
Ugh.
a little bit. And it's all going to be part of casting Ray of Sickness.
Ugh.
Legit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll to attack. Well, that did not.
Oh,
Does a 15 hit?
15 hits precisely. That is the AC for these guys. Who are you
Awesome.
attacking?
I'm attacking the. I will target the cultist that is still holding Inspector Crab.
I'm good.
I
I'm
think
free.
they also
'cause,
need to
Oh,
make a
you're free.
concentration.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they need to make
because I think you
concentration.
broke concentration. So they definitely broke their concentration. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
go ahead and
He's
roll
still
some
up
damage
though,
for me.
so I mean you can.
Yeah,
you
he's
can
still up,
finish
so-
off.
you can still
yeah.
hit him.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 2d8 poison damage. It's going to be 15 poison. It's 1. I'm sorry, that's a 1. It's a 7.
Oh,
So it's
just-
9
I
poison damage.
thought it was a 7 as well.
I know it looked like a 7, and I'm like, wait, no. The Vorpal told me it's a 1. Okay.
You describe to me how. Okay, actually no. Here's the thing. So you open up your margarita shaker,
Yeah.
and it's like a magic margarita shaker. And
Yeah.
as you open it, this overwhelming stench, this blood, this torrent.
Oh.
It's like you opened up like a fire hose out of this margarita shaker, and it just completely covers this poor cultist in like fish sauce and black bean
Vinegar.
and like
Ugh.
vinegar and the stinky tofu, and he just goes "Arr!" and he is still going. He's still
Oh
okay,
my
but he's still like
goodness,
he's
I
clearly not doing great. But he's definitely looking like one good hit might finish him off.
Oh, and they must
anything
make
else you wanna do?
they actually also need to make a Constitution saving throw as well.
Okay.
On top of that, if it hits.
He fails.
Okay, so they are poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Yeah,
Does this mean they take damage? Sorry.
No, that means they have disadvantage on I believe attack rolls and ability checks, if I'm remembering correctly.
Perfect. Okay, sounds good. Wonderful. Is
Yeah,
there
attack
anything
rolls and ability checks.
Perfect. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Guai is just gonna be like, I think it's just gonna be fine right there. It's good.
Cool. All right. Genju, you're up.
I believe. Agatha, you good? You're muted.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Oh no.
no.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're muted, Agatha.
Ah,
we
there we go.
are cursed.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, it was I was too impatient. I clicked it too many times because it didn't immediately. Anyway, we good. We good. Okay, so right now, the guy that was holding Inspector Crab is down.
He's not down. He needs like one more good hit.
Not.
But he's not holding Inspector.
Yeah, he's
Crab
not holding
anymore.
me because he needed to concentrate to cast the spell, and he took some damage, like a lot of damage actually.
Okay, are there the fishes around, like the Swedish
Yeah.
fishes?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
I would like to like raise my hand and use my psionic energy. Yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris with the save.
Oh my
And
god.
just like
You're just gonna yeet
Throw
a
it.
fish.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Eating a
Yeah.
fish is now a
This guy.
canonical action choice. In
This is our game. We do it as we please, and what pleases us is
Telekinetic
eating fish.
movement.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm not sure. I feel
Okay, so
like I don't need to. Do I need to roll for this? I'm
wait,
trying.
what are you trying to do?
Psionic power, telekinetic movement.
Oh, okay. Let me just check your character sheet. So you have a whole bunch of different actions. You move an object or creature with your mind. As an action, you can target one loose object that is larger, smaller, or one willing creature other than yourself. If you can see this target, you can definitely see these giant Swedish fish. You can move it up to 30 feet in an unoccupied space. Alternatively, if it's a tiny object, you can move it to or from your hand.
It's occupied, but I'm gonna say this is
You can
too
just attack.
cool.
Yeah.
Just yeet the fish. Mentally yeet this fish.
So-
Go ahead and make it roll an attack with this fish.
So
How-
Agatha, it would be we were told that we're proficient with fish.
Yes.
So then for you, this would be a plus 4. You just roll a d20 and add 4.
Proficient
Okay.
with fish.
Yeah, we're.
15?
Oh, good thing we're proficient with fish.
Perfect. Good thing you're professional with fish.
I didn't.
Everyone-
I didn't add 4, but it's 15.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah.
We did that for you. It's 15, so that hits him perfectly. Go ahead and roll me a d10. These are big.
Gosh.
These are big Swedish fish. They
Yeah,
roll
they do.
10
Big
again.
Swedish fish. Okay.
Gonna have to run to the grocery store and buy some Swedish fish after this.
I know.
Right.
Not all. No. Remove all. Jeez.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
think I rolled
you-
it.
Yep.
Yeah, you did. You rolled a 6. So, you take down this. So basically, what happens is, Ginger, what is it? What does your telekinetic power look like? Is it just like there's no special glowing, or do you just so
I hit.
it-
Yeah, I don't think it's flashy at all.
Yeah.
This is, and I don't even really think like anyone has acknowledged that Zenzu knows how to do. Like, it's just like a low key thing that Zenzu like realized one day. It was like, oh, okay, I can do that. So there's no like real like she uses like hand gestures to help her like focus her mind, but it's not everything. It just looks like this fish just started flying by
Yeah,
itself.
all of y'all look around and you see this big ass fish just start like rolling out of nowhere, just hurtling towards his cultist, and it picks him up like it's like one of those crash test dummies. It's like it's like a cannonball, but the cannonball is a fish, and it hits him in the chest
Amazing.
and flings him against the wall, and he just sort of slumps down. With this giant fish on top of him, and all of you look around and you see Denju just sort of shrug and nod.
That's what I call fly fishing.
Oh my god.
Ugh. Oh,
You're welcome,
I-
everybody.
oh, Fieri.
It is Chip's turn. Chip is going to look around and basically just focuses in on himself. He takes out a pamphlet. Inspector Crab, you're like, oh, he told him to throw all the pamphlets. But he looks around and he starts like muttering under his breath like a chant, and you feel like a rainbow aura. Inspector Crab, you feel like a rainbow aura surround you, surrounds Suong, surrounds surrounds. Oh no, Guai, you're a little too far. Surrounds Erisu, and you have all been blessed. So you're hashtag blessed now.
Nice.
by Chip.
Hashtag blast.
Cool. So this means he's going to cast it at a second level. Oh yeah, I'm actually since I'm going to cast it at second level, I'm going to go ahead and target a fourth person. So Denju, you're blessed as well. So yeah, everyone be blessed.
That's awesome. For
except for Guai,
Agatha
because you're a little too far.
For Agatha and Emma, that means we get to add a D4 to our attack rolls or
Oh,
saving
nice.
throws.
Nice.
Talents. Oh, I guess Austin, yeah, because you don't play 5e.
Yeah, so that's what he's gonna do, and then next we're gonna go to Suong.
So Sung is going to just look at the other cultist and do the kind of so that's a hold person.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead and roll for that.
It's a
I have to make-
concentration versus
Okay, so
wisdom
I have to
15.
roll wisdom. Okay. Yeah, they don't pass. They only got an 11. They just look at you like, oh.
So
Anything?
yeah, they're paralyzed, and I'm just gonna work to hold them in place so everyone else can beat the crap out of them and subdue them, hopefully alive.
we'll keep one of them alive.
That's the
So-
only one that's left.
Oh, wait, he's dead.
So-
I just turned away and looked back. Love it.
The cultist, it's the cultist's turn, and the cultist just sort of stands there. I think they get to make a saving throw, yeah? Another saving
Yeah,
At
throw.
the end of their turns.
At
Yeah.
the end of their turn.
Yeah, well, they're just standing there, so I'm gonna do it. A 13's not gonna do it. So Inspector Crab, it's back to you.
Do you think will you allow me to can I try to I don't want to kill this dude. I've already reloaded my blunderbuss. Do you think we can get them to stop and be like, listen, your partner's down, you're outnumbered.
Well, he's paralyzed, so you should be able to just hit him.
I just
and
knock
attack
him out. Can I just knock him
Yeah.
out?
I
I know the rules don't allow that, but
Yeah, I feel like why don't you make me a persuasion roll with advantage
I can do that.
Or intimidation, I think.
Oh.
or intimidation? I mean, it's the same stat.
I
so-
mean, I have
Wow.
+0 on both of them, so so why not 14?
You're blessed, right? Doesn't blessed do something?
Yeah,
for that?
Yeah, you can have
I'm-
blessed.
I am a hashtag blast. Let me add
Add
that,
D4.
and then
Well,
15.
Hey.
There we go.
He looks at you. You can see you can't the hoods are pretty deep. So you can't really see this person's face. But you make this argument and the person looks at you and it's really hard to figure out if someone is saying yes or not, but you get a vibe, just a
Yeah.
general vibe off of this person being like,
Maybe I
Yeah.
don't think Crab even realizes that hold person is on.
yes, this whole person
just
is
like-
on.
Damn, this person's stoic as fuck.
You're just like,
I'm gonna act. I'm gonna give you a little bit goodwill here, and I'm gonna go for it. And I'm actually gonna push their cloak back with the blunderbuss, and then I'm gonna look back at the group. Maybe Swong's I don't know, is Swong doing some sort of hand gesture because everything kind of happens.
He's just
now.
glaring at him.
just
I'm gonna-
glare.
Okay. I think I'll catch on to that and be like, are they able to blink if hold person is on?
No.
They're completely paralyzed.
They're
They're
completely paralyzed.
paralyzed.
Well, this is
They're
gonna
just-
be I don't know how we're gonna get any information out of them. Hey Chip, rope.
Right. And actually, as they get closer, so I'm gonna have all of you all come out of combat. And as you take the hood off with the blunderbuss, you see that it's not a mantis shrimp, but it's another shrimp. It's like a prawn. And Chip, as he's like, righto, gonna come over here with the, and he drops the robe. He's like, Uncle Cocktail.
Oh, oh my god.
How you, Uncle Cocktail? What are you doing? What? Huh?
Did we just murder one of Chip's other uncles too?
Chip, it's okay. It's okay. Swung, friend, perhaps release them from this enchantment.
All right, she'll back off. She's actually gonna check the other cultist. Is the other cultist also a shrimp, and is the other cultist still alive?
The other cultist is not alive. The other cultist is also a shrimp, but it's a prawn, not a mantis shrimp.
Just gonna pull that hood down and
I'm gonna cover Chip's
Chip
eyes.
is like shaking. Chip's just shaking.
Look away, son. Look away. Look away. It's okay. Chip, maybe go stand by Guy Fieri. Go stand by Guy Fieri.
Okay.
It's
All
okay.
right.
It's okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, just never thought. What does this mean? Actually, the door, there's a back door and it opens, and you see another cultist with his hood down enter the space, clearly not aware that anything that's just went down. And you see another mantis shrimp appear.
Oh,
he's in
And he's in Flavor Town.
He's in Flavor Town.
He's
So we've got one wrapped up, and another one just appears. Where's the door?
Just another one just appeared. I'm just gonna pretend there's a door. There's a door there now.
Yeah, that's
He
fine.
appears. And you see Chip look up, and he sees the other mantis shrimp from across the room. And it's like time slows as their eyes lock.
Trap door.
He comes out of his trap door. Yeah, he comes out of his trap door. And Chip looks across the room and he's like, Daddy?
Oh, you.
No!
Oh,
And
Oh,
Chip
no.
drops to his
Okay.
many segmented knees. And his dad looks at him in the room. He's like, "Get out of here, son. Get out of here before this all goes to dust." And he does like a bamf thing and disappears.
Okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna paralyze this guy if he's sticking around.
He's a bamf thing and he disappears. And as he does so, he's like, "But you're a criminal!" And like Chip like levels a couple of crossbows at his father. And then he sees he can't shoot. He can't shoot, so he drops to his knees. He rolls onto his back, and he's the point break. He's like, "Ah!" And, like, shoots various crossbows. And crossbows
It's just
into
like
the
two
ceiling.
clicks, and then they're empty, and it's just like.
And then
"Ah!"
just-
I'm gonna look and be like, Guy, help Chip. This is getting more complicated.
It's okay, kid. It's okay.
I'm gonna turn to the other shrimp that's all tied up by the rope. And I'd be like, okay, listen,
What do you want?
punk. What do you want? Is that how they sound?
What do you want? Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, feel like
I ain't telling you nothing.
Genju.
No one tells me nothing.
Come here. Arisu, we got my companions here. We have questions that need answering.
There's also a lizard folk and a dead body.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Like in a fish. There.
First things first. We need to know a little bit about this body. We need to know what you're doing. We're only gonna ask you once. If we have to ask you again, I'm just gonna like take out like the big iron ball that my blunderbuss shoots, and I'm gonna put it like he's lying on the ground. I'm gonna put it on the stone next to his face, and be like, "Next one's coming faster."
I'm saying.
Tell us what we need to know.
Okay.
Fine.
Sung is going to hold her hand out to Vin for a bottle, down it entirely, break it, hand it back to Vin, and say, Vin, intimidate.
Amazing.
Vin takes the bottle in a flipper and waddles forward.
It's kind of like
And crouches down and just vomits on this fraud. Just straight up vomits on it.
oh my
Just like,
god, that's so mean.
go ahead and roll me intimidation with advantage for your
All right, so that's
familiar.
a TD20.
Yeah, 2d20.
Yeah, 2d20.
13.
And what's the modifier?
Oh, right. I also get. I am blessed though, right?
You are blessed.
You are
You
blessed.
continue to be no, even though Chip is very distressed right now.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's a
bullshit.
16, I think.
You your penguin familiar just vomits all over, and then when he's done, he just drops the broken bottle on the cultist and like waddles back to you. And the cultist is like, "Oh, fine. I'll tell you what you need to know. Just come closer, come closer." And then
Jackie Elvie leaned into the
I lean closer.
he's covered in like fish and vomit.
Yeah,
Just,
I was
on a
like,
broken bottle.
I'm good here.
I grew up by the docks. That's not gross to me.
And
Why's
as
Why's been
before-
around so long? There's a lot of weird things he's eaten.
and he says,
Well, fine. I just if you get this penguin to stop throwing up on me, what I'm gonna say is this we're trying to do stuff with the traditions of,
and as he says, the traditions of a crossbow bolt whistles out of the air, breaking through a window and lodges itself straight in his forehead,
Oh,
and he's
no.
instantly dead.
Wait.
Wow, that shrimp got skewered.
Oh god.
Vin, prepare an invoice for that bottle. It was wasted. And I want to make sure I'm compensated.
Okay. Well then. Seems as though we
Chip stands up and he's just like, I don't know what my dad's trying to do, but he's wrong. and
You've
he's
known the
dead
entire
for me."
time?
No, I haven't seen my dad since I was a little nymph, little egg. Was brought up by, a foster family, and babysat with Genju over there when I was an egg. So I haven't seen him in a while, but I've always wanted to. I always thought he'd be the daddy that I wanted. Now I see that he's the dad that no one wanted.
Chip, I know this is difficult. You said that you know something about what he's doing.
I guess, I knew that he always would run these spell components, but I thought he was dead at sea. I thought he didn't realize he came back and he's alive, and apparently he's killing people and stuffing them into fish.
I see.
Oh, I always hated Wakan. He always hated Shang. That's why he just left me and my mom and just died, and I was the only egg that survived out of the batch.
Some
Tragic
Finding Nemo shit.
backstory. Yeah, yeah. But
Well
yeah,
then.
I hate him. I hate him. I gotta take him down, aren't we, Inspector Crab?
Use that hate, Chip. Use it. You had to find this son
Right.
of a bitch.
If a mantis shrimp can have a running nose, he has a running nose. He's just like,
Anger leads to hate, and hate leads to a very satisfying
getting
conclusion
shit
to our
done.
Yeah,
quest.
yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, we've
Um,
got a body. We've got two dead cultists and a body. Can I I'd like to
And a
investigate
trapdoor.
and a trapdoor.
What would you like to investigate first?
I would like to investigate the let's investigate the I'm gonna investigate the cultists. The one that crossbow. There's more
Gotcha.
of that one left.
Okay? Go ahead and roll me. Roll me some good advantage. Roll me some good investigation with advantage.
All right, so I get a +9. Sick.
Sick.
Okay, that's
Okay.
gonna give me a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
You know
Okay.
everything about this person. You know where they were born. You know what preschool they
I know
attended.
everything about this. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go up to them and I'll be like, "Now I know everything about you."
So you look at this this cocktail, and you see that he's he's definitely a spellcaster. He looks like he's been in this trade for a while. You see like on his hands, or not his hands, his pincers, a bunch of ink marks, like he was writing something, and you can smell like past the fish vomit. And the smell of broken wine and like spilled wine on the ground. You can smell like bits of incense, and like it's like he clearly came from some kind of ritual. And
Hey,
you can see
Risu.
that the same thing on the other cultist as
Yeah.
well.
Mm.
Hey, Risu, where
But
would
you also now know the preschool
oh.
he went to, and like his favorite afternoon snack.
right.
And
a local? Hey, Risu,
Yeah.
where would one find incense in this town?
I mean, you're
Well-
in a warehouse with spell components.
I mean, they're obviously here, but like maybe they've hit a thing. Maybe they're. Is this a special instance or one we could find here? Probably should have.
Oh, it's one you find there. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
damn it,
it's
never mind.
clearly like a pretty de rigueur.
Hmm. They're trying something, a ritual of sorts. Let's look at the body. Does anybody else want to roll or check out the body?
Check out the-
Guai was gonna check the trap door and see where it leads.
Yeah.
The bodies have hit the floor. All right.
I think I
Guai,
would check the fish.
go
Uh,
ahead and roll me investigation on the fish. Which
the
fish are
one
you
with
looking at?
the one with the person in it.
The one with the person in it.
Yeah.
All right.
You can go
You have
ahead
a
and roll me
plus-
advantage because you have a fishing background. So
You have
roll me
+1, Emma.
advantage, Emma.
So
Well, you get to roll one more time because you have
I
advantage.
also sorry, I have to check my investigation. I have a +1 investigation too.
Well, that was
So-
better.
Ooh.
Way
Yeah.
better.
So, Eddie, you've been plying your trade. You've been learning to fish. You've been learning how to fish pretty dang well. And you look at this giant tuna, and you realize, like, one, it's not tuna season, but two, like, the only way you could really get tuna this big is if you go out. You have to go out into the deeper waters.
Hmm.
The only way you could probably get a fish this big, this easily to come up is probably through magic, like some kind of summoning magic.
Could
This
explain
is
the
this
deep
is not
fish.
some naturally caught fish. This is not Gwyneth Paltrow approved fish.
So this fish would not appear in goop.
No, it would not appear in goop.
Okay.
It's not naturally caught, not naturally harvested.
It's magically harvested.
Put that on the label. Oh yeah, okay.
What do you see, Arisu?
Well, this isn't exactly a normal fish, so we're dealing with some sort of magic, which would also explain that deepest speech note we have, because I'm guessing Genju's family doesn't know deepest speech.
No, we don't. This is so confusing.
Also, do you know who this is? Did we determine who was in the fish already?
Yeah, do I know who it is?
It is another second cousin of yours who was like, I'm not about this Bausant situation, so I'm going to become the town bell ringer.
Someone really hates your family.
Oh,
And
Hence no
that's the
bells.
mystery, and that's why there are no bells at midnight, because the bell ringer is here.
This is my cousin, another cousin. And
I-
they usually ring the bells.
This makes the
okay.
third tradition of Wakan that to be broken.
Well, looks like somebody doesn't like the traditions of this this year province. I mean, I get it. Like, who wants to hear bells in the middle of the night?
It's comforting.
Why? I mean, look, I'm not from here, and it's definitely one of the things I had to adjust to. But that doesn't justify murdering someone.
Or putting them in a giant fish.
Yeah,
What
I
up with
think
that?
I think that kind of comes with it. Guy Fieri, what
so-
did you find there? I
So
noticed
Gwai,
you're,
you descend into the trapdoor and you find a ritual room. This room, it's lit up. It's got documents and a big circle on. I'm assuming it has a big circle on the ground. We haven't seen the set yet, but it's got a big circle on the ground. and yeah, like you can smell, like as you open the trapdoor, you smell the smell of incense, like get stronger. And there's an altar, some bones of folks in the corner, and yeah, there's like, that's what you see. There's a bunch of documents, a bunch of books, some ledgers. You see like a corkboard on the wall with like a bunch of red twine and like various papers.
okay. Okay.
Well, So's gonna head down and look over the paperwork since she's good at that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Gwai is gonna look over at the corkboard and maybe meander at the altar as well, kind of wherever that situation is.
Sure. Both of you go ahead and roll investigation checks for me.
Sure.
Let's see. Investigation is okay.
Okay.
And bless is still applicable, or
Yeah, bless is fine. You have it for the hour.
I do not see anything.
all right. So that's 11, 14 for me.
I rolled a 4.
So Gwai, you look at this altar and you're like, yeah, that's an altar.
So Gwai is just gonna look at the altar and just go, "That's an altar."
All right.
I feel like you say that. All right.
all
The
right.
entourage theme plays.
I think the other thing he's just gonna say is like, "That's some funky junky magic right here."
Amazing.
Oh, no.
So you look at the paperwork and you see extensive research on the traditions of Wakan. Just like papers and books, like just going into like Baosans. You see like a diagram of the Baosans up on the wall, like it's sort of like diagrams of like, and then like why written like everywhere in red ink. And you also see, you also find a book written in deep speech, but not deepest speech. You find a book written in deep speech.
All right. I'm gonna call Edisu over here.
And I'm just gonna like half hang through the hatch, my little arms dangling a little. What you got?
I'll hand over the book. Can you read this?
Sure.
So you grab the book, Edisu, and you see that the title is basically the Wrath of Wakan.
Ooh.
And you open it and you see like the it's basically a book of, it's like the Necromonicon, but it's the Wrath of Wakan, the
no.
Necromana Wakan.
The Necrowakan.
The Necrowano.
Necrowakanacon.
The Necrowakanacon.
Oh, man.
Necrowakanacon? Oh my god.
The Necrowakanacon. Actually, that's the name of it. It's a Necrowakanacon. I'm revising this now. This is too good. And the book basically goes into like how to summon the Wrath of Wakan. And so as you open the book, you see this painting of a giant dragon rising from the sea. And you also see like on the side, like these are the traditions of Wakan, and you see like it in like a kind of like a Zelda Triforce situation. You see one triangle is like the holy Baosant. The other tradition is just a bunch of people looking at Wah. And the top is
Oh my
like the
God.
bells, the midnight bells. And then it's like if and you see like if these traditions are ever broken, the wrath of Wakan will emerge to decimate Shang and to begin again the rightful culture of respect that the wrath of Wakan deserves.
All right. I'm going to read this in my head and then just sort of turn the book around and show it to Swang and say, I think we're kind of screwed here.
Okay, so I need you to be a bit more specific. Like,
By the way, it's like 4 in the morning.
So yeah,
Well,
because
okay.
Gwy's gonna overhear that's like, so screwed like in screwdriver or screwed as in we're
Oh
kind
my
of screwed.
God.
I'll say kind of screwed. So
Oh,
it
that's pretty bad.
says, so like, check this out, because they can all see the picture of the dragon.
Yeah, the dragon's like,
Yeah, is that something we're gonna have to be dealing with here?
Apparently. So like all of these traditions have been keeping this thing not killing us?
I see.
I don't know. I didn't read it all that clearly.
Well, how many other? We got 3 traditions down.
Yeah.
What's next?
Or I don't know about the Bowsant. So we definitely missed the bells. Oh no, we all looked at the water. Maybe we have some time.
oh, but you didn't all look at the water.
I
Not
slept.
everyone.
Mm-mm.
most of us looked at the water.
Did I doom us all?
Oh my god.
On that note, you hear an enormous roar coming.
Take
from
that as
the
a yes.
docks.
Vin, prepare the ancestral horror in voice.
you see him like rummage inside his like little egg pouch for a good minute before he pulls out that piece of paperwork.
We don't use it often, but it's definitely applicable here.
I run outside.
Okay, so all of you run outside to the docks. The warehouse is right next to the docks.
Right.
And you see rising from the sea an enormous dragon. And this dragon doesn't look happy. You hear the screams of the other residents as they perceive this dragon emerging like Godzilla, like it's a kaiju moment just coming from the
Right.
sea. And everyone's just like, ah, and like running away and just like not about this life. And yep, that's it. This dragon
Oh,
emerges
shit.
and you all run. And then you also see cackling in glee, his hood off in
Oh
front
no,
of
we lost
the
our
rising.
feed.
Oh,
Oh,
we
no.
lost our feet.
There we go. We're
Oh,
good.
no, we lost her. Okay. Are we good?
Yep,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
good.
we're good.
Okay, I'm just gonna continue
Yay.
narrating. Standing in front of this giant dragon, cackling in villainous glee, is Chip's father, Toast, standing.
Oh god.
Standing in front of him, being like, "Rise, rise, my beauty, rise! Wipe this ridiculous place off the face of the plane."
Okay.
Did I have a,
Gwy's gonna turn over to Chip and just be like, "Yo, Chip, your father is pretty whack."
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill my father. I think we should kill him. He's terrible.
That's a good
He's a
lad.
terrible person. He reaches out. He's like, "Why, Dad? Why, Daddy? Why are you doing this? Don't you love me? Don't you love the place that kept? Why?" And he turns around and he says, "Haven't you all thought about how stupid these stupid fucking traditions are? Why have we been doing this for years? Our culture is incredibly dumb. We have to like protect this bao sot recipe. What's that? It's just a bunch of flaky buns. No one else gives a shit about them." And when he yells this, everyone's just like,
Like, you're a bunch of flaky buns.
Yeah, you hear one person
No.
yell, it's like, no!
No, you're a
Someone's
flaky
gonna go
bun.
ahead and like pat Chip on the shoulder and be like, "It's okay. I killed my father about your age too. When I was about your age."
Whoa.
Can we double back there? We double. Oh,
Chip just looks
no.
at you just
Okay.
like,
Gwai's just gonna pull
Um,
out a giant meat tenderizer and is like, looks like it's tendering time.
but then Toast continues is like, haven't you, like, and it turns out we're not the only ones with this terrible culture. I've been studying the history of this entire plane, of entire near Shalong. Did you know there are some stupid monks out there who wrestle horses?
I do.
What's up with that? It's fucking
Yeah.
dumb. And there's a temple where they're just a bunch of snakes. And you just roll to see if I mean, sometimes they attack you, sometimes they don't. There's like no fucking logic. Everything here makes no fucking sense. So
Chip's dad, the voice of Asians read character.
Yeah.
so the
Oh,
only
What do I do?
solution
I don't want to kill him.
I don't want to kill him.
the
man.
only solution is to burn it all down and start over. And if that means we gotta kill everyone here, that's
That
the
seems-
price we pay.
Seems a bit much.
Why couldn't you have tried to call a town meeting instead of killing my cousins?
No one read my pamphlets.
You need to give out free food when you're giving out pamphlets. This
I
is
can't cook.
Okay.
and
well,
so
let's-
you killed my
I have-
cousins?
You gotta look at the bigger picture, and sometimes the bigger picture is just the apocalypse.
So if
And
I
he,
kill
like-
your son for the sake of the bigger picture, is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Talk with him.
We all gotta make sacrifices, and if it's my only son, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And as the dragon comes out of the sea, you can see actually the plane start to destabilize. You see like a tear in the fabric of reality as this dragon emerges. And do any of you speak Draconic?
Nope.
Don't think so.
I
No.
do.
So it rises out of the sea, and Guy and Chip both understand Draconic. So they, you hear, "No one has looked at me in a flattering manner in at least a few hours. No one has beheld my beauty in this long time. Why won't people look at me? Look at me!" And Guy Fieri, make an either a history, arcana, or insight check.
I think we're gonna go with Arcana since that's my higher roll.
And Chip just got
Oh
a
my
nat.
goodness.
Oh no.
Well, that's
This
good because
dice.
Chip just got a nat 20, and Chip looks at this and he looks at you, Guy, and he says, I think if we can get enough people looking at her, that maybe she won't destroy everything.
Sounds like a good
Maybe.
plan.
Everybody, look at her. Look at her.
I'm gonna take the trench coat of eyes that was. you know, I'm gonna just take off that. I'm gonna be like, ha! I take off the trench coat of eyes, and I think Crab's gonna literally like walk along the dock over here, and I'm gonna hold up. I'm gonna stand right here, and I'm gonna hold the trench coat of eyes.
All right, I'm gonna have everyone roll initiative again because you're coming close enough that Toast is going to try to come at you. So I'm gonna roll
Sounds
for
good.
Toast.
Wow, I rolled high that time.
Yeah, we all
I actually got a decent roll this time.
got really decent rolls.
20 for me.
Oh,
I got a 20.
I got 10.
Anderson,
I got a
you should have
18.
your initiative modifier, which I assume as a rogue will be way higher.
Don't make assumptions about rogue initiative modifiers.
+4.
I believe that
+3.
assumption I just made was correct.
Don't make it
I'm a rogue and
rolls
I have
amazingly well.
+1.
+3 actually.
I thought that
Okay,
was kind of
so we're gonna
suspicious that
start
you're
at the
battle
top.
funded this.
I dumped everything into intelligence.
All right, so the first things first, let's go ahead and figure out what the initiative list is. Did anyone get above it? Did anyone get a 20 to 25?
23 with my initiative.
Oh god.
23. Okay,
And then
awesome.
20 for me.
20 for Sung. Anyone get between a 19 and a 15?
19 for me.
Okay. Anyone get between a 14 and a 9?
I got an 18.
You got an 18. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Crab. And
I got a
anyone I'm
10.
missing? You got a 10. Okay. Yeah. We got this. Okay. Okay, Erisu, you are up.
All right. So Inspector Crab's running with his robe. And
Oh no, actually, first thing first. Go ahead and roll me one percentage dice. Inspector Crab.
Me? Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Let's oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Ha! 84.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
What is it? What does it do?
So, as you hold up the robe, and its many eyes stare unblinkingly at the dragon looks and is like, and looks a little mollified by the attention that this many-eyed robe is giving her, as well as your two eyes.
Okay.
In its eyes, like the heat.
Amazing.
Okay. So here's another thing that you can do as a bonus action, or actually as a free action on any of your turns. You can try to make a persuasion roll to convince people to stare at the dragon. And if you succeed, roll a percentage dice, and that is basically going to go towards a cumulative total. And once you hit a certain number, the dragon will be mollified and not want to rampage the town.
Amazing.
okay. So, I think that's what I'm going to do.
That's a bonus action, so you can do like an action in addition to that.
All right, so I think I'm
As
going
a
to
free
shoot
action,
at Chip's dad.
Yeah, go for it. Shoot at Chip's dad.
Do it.
So I have a short bow. So that's a d6. No, is that all I do, or do I have to roll?
You have to roll the d20 to hit, and then, yeah, there you go.
Oh.
16 plus
You hit.
whatever my
6.
You hit.
So 22, yeah?
You
All
hit
right.
big time.
So roll a d6. I got a 6.
Nice.
Nice.
I think
I
it's
like
what,
it.
+3?
Would this count as a? Oh no, I guess you wouldn't have advantage. So
Oh yes,
no sneak attack.
6 plus 3, yeah, so 9.
You draw your bow, you hit him, he catches it in his in his thigh, and he's just, well, not thigh,
Oh,
one of his,
no.
he's not a human, he's a shrimp. You catch him in his big tail, and he's like, ah. And would you like to do anything for your bonus or free action or movement?
So now that I've taken a shot, I'm like, oh, all right, well, maybe to go convince some people to look at this dragon. So scamper off, and squirrels
Yeah,
actually have incredibly high persuasion because they're fluffy, and people
'Cause
have a
they're
hard
fluffy.
time not falling for the
Yeah, you see-
fluff.
You see a family of goat folk standing there at the shore, like, oh no, I don't want to look. It's so scary.
Like,
Goat
no.
folk.
Skipper over, and I'm gonna stand up, curl my little hands, start fluffing my tail. I'm like, it's okay. We just have to look at her.
You just have to look at her. Just look at
It's
the scary
fine.
thing.
And then I start making little sounds and dancing around a little.
Oh.
It's all nonsense, but like
Go ahead and make
for some reason
persuasion
these things work.
advantage.
So
So you'll roll the
20.
d20 twice and take the higher. Is that how that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
so 18, and my persuasion is a +8.
The entire
Wow.
family
Wow,
looks at you
okay.
and is like, okay, yeah, absolutely. They turn and stare. So go ahead and roll me some percentage dice, or if you don't have them, I can roll it for you. And we can add that to the cumulative total that we need to reach as a party.
If
So
you
is
go into the
that
dice, the percentage is the d100. Yeah.
Mhm.
all right?
Oh,
Ouch.
Oops.
roll that again.
Okay, you're just being nice, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
69.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, do we gotta get a
Nice.
bonus for that. We get a bonus for that?
Oh yeah, you get a bonus for that. You get an additional 10. I'm gonna stack another 10 on top of that because you got a 16.
Hey.
Hey. So amazing. So next is Toast actually. So Toast sees that you've gotten close to him, Inspector Crab, and so he's going to turn to you and he's going to fire off. Let's see. First, he's going to run towards you, and
Mhm.
he's going to let's see, make an unarmed strike.
Oh no.
Mm-mm. Oh, bad.
He's a
That's
mantis
bad.
shrimp, so
I have a 13 AC.
it
Uh-oh.
got 23.
Oh no.
Ooh.
And he's going to use a key point to take a bonus flurry of blows.
Oh.
Ah, monk.
Oh no.
He's a mantis shrimp. Mantis shrimp's
I'm
punch.
just I'm a soft shell crab.
So that's 6 damage. 6 damage.
I will
And
accept
he's
my
going to
fate.
go ahead and make another attack. And he misses. And yeah, so he's going to go ahead and yeah, that's what he does.
So I take 8
He
damage?
hits
Oh,
you
6 damage.
for 6 damage, and he's just like, so you take 6 damage, and he's just like, stop it, don't look at her. No, he tries to rip it out of your arms, but he just kind of smacks you real hard in a joint. I'm like trying to figure out another, like, how else do you damage a crab? Just
How-
smack it in the
Poke
joint.
it in the eye.
Punch. Oh, my eye. Oh,
It's on the side looking at her.
I have an ability called Eye for Detail too. I
so-
can't do it.
So you're up.
Okay. Did I still have that rare item game? I remember we talked about.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab a bowl of commanding water elements, but I'm not actually going to use it this time. Do you remember how we had that discussion about how I can speak to rats, but only in extremely threatening?
100%.
Arisu
100%.
does have the hat of vermin as well.
So Sung is going to yell at every single rat she can make hear her, and say that if they don't get out here right now and stare at this dragon, she is going to do unspeakably horrific things to them.
Nice.
Like you're scolding
Okay,
at the rats.
I need you to make 2 rolls. I need you to make a nature roll first.
Okay. Nature I'm actually good at. Cool. Nature is 17.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, so you're able to find, I'm going to just roll a couple percentage dice here just to see how many are in the area.
Give us a sweet
You-
100.
55 rats emerge. 55 rats.
Oh, this place nasty.
It's a docks.
Yeah.
And go
Oh my
ahead
God.
and roll me intimidation with advantage.
Okay. My
Chris, would you
intimidation
just
is a
say
lot
have
less
these
good.
rats just sitting around?
That's a
Nat
natural
20.
I think.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Which means it's
Yeah.
20. Exactly.
You scare the living shit out of these rats. They poop themselves in terror as they all trembling stare at the docks, pooping, just staring at this. Oh, thank you. Just staring at this dragon. And go ahead and roll me percentage dice.
58.
58. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
So that was a free action, correct?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to release my dancing scimitar. No, actually, hold up. First off, I'm going to look at the dragon and then, like, hopefully, without the dragon quite realizing it, I'm going to slightly avert my eyes and do that to Chip's father. So that'll be hold person again.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Let me make a wisdom. Oh.
And it's
I
again,
do
it's a
2d20s.
15 for the save.
Let me check. What's your wisdom be? Oh, he misses it by 1. He's held.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
And then now I'm going to release as a bonus action the dancing scimitar to go gut him.
Okay. Does it start doing
Let's see here. So
does that
as a
impact
bonus
your
action, you can toss this magic sword into the air and speak the command word. When you do so, the sword begins to hover, flies up to 30 feet, and attacks one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. Uses
ahead
your
and
attack
then-
roll and ability score.
please roll attacks?
And you have advantage because it's because they're paralyzed.
Nice.
Oh, right, yeah. So I'll roll the second
You
one.
don't need it.
Now.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, cool. So do I roll just base damage then?
Yeah, roll damage for the sword.
Well, I'm glad that one didn't count.
So that'll
Ooh.
be 9.
Takes off a leg. Just takes off a
Nice.
leg.
That poor prawn leg.
He's a mantis
no.
shrimp. Mantis shrimps are mean.
Yeah, they
Um,
are.
They're
They
misunderstood.
are intense.
Chip is going to oh, is there anything else you want to do so?
I don't believe I have any more actions, so I think I'm good. Unless I can use multiple bonus actions.
No.
I didn't think so.
Sorry.
So I'll summon a water elemental next round if I get there.
Mm-hmm.
we might get to a second round of combat. We'll see.
We'll see.
Chip is going to run over and screaming, I hate you, father! Runs over to Inspector Crab and says, this is my new father! And he casts
Oh. Oh no.
he casts Cure Wounds on Inspector Crab for 14. No, for
Nice.
21.
21. I'm back
Amazing.
at. I'm
For
back
20.
Wow, that's a
at. I'm
lot.
back at full health.
He's
Well-
a good shrimp.
He's a good shrimp.
I'm gonna. Whose turn is it?
He's a good cleric. It's Chip's turn.
Okay.
Wait, Chip.
That was what Chip did, and then Chip
Oh,
is
okay.
yeah. Chip just went. Oh yeah, sorry. You asked whose turn it was, and I just said,
Yeah.
oh, it's Chip's turn. And Chip is going to yell at the shore at all these folks like, "Come on, just stay her. It's what we can do to like save our town." So he's going to roll. That's an 18, not a dirty 20, and that's another 40. If you're wondering what the magic number is, it is 400, and we're almost there.
What are we at? What's our total right now?
261.
It's all those
Nice.
rats.
It's all those
Yeah.
rats.
So many pairs of eyes.
So many.
Gua, you're up.
Guai is going to actually take out the cooking utensils and start basically making a makeshift grill right on the dockside, because if we're gonna bring awareness for everyone in this dock town, you got to bring food. So Guai's gonna start making us some fast food, but at the same time as Guai's making it, Guai's like, I'm Guai Fieri, and we're gonna kick some ass. so one of the things is he takes out like this entire bottle of pickled hot chili peppers, pours it onto the hot top. It's sizzling hot, and then he adds in a little bit of this very clear liquid, and as soon as he puts it in, fire erupts right away, and he takes a heap of it with a spatula, swipes it, and lobs it straight at Toast. And I'm gonna use Tasha's Caustic Brew for that.
Yes.
And on top of that, I'm gonna spend one of my hero points to give Toast disadvantage on the dexterity saving throw.
I mean, Toast is held. Toast can't do anything. Toast is
Toast is paralyzed.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, then it's a disadvantage anyways. Yeah. Okay.
He just fails.
Okay, cool. That's gonna be 4. I'm gonna cast it at 2nd level, so it's gonna be 4d4 acid damage at the start of its turn.
Cool. Okay. I
Damn.
will put a note.
Yep.
Dang. Actually, just roll that damage for me now.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that now. Let me just make sure I got all the other.
See if Toast is already dead.
I had plans with Toast.
I mean, I got 9 damage. 9.
Everyone
Okay.
had plans for Toast.
Oh wait, I also get another 2 because I'm an alchemist. So yeah, it's actually 11.
So you do any? Are you going to do do you want to make a crowd persuasion thingy?
Oh
or-
yeah, of course, yeah. So
Okay, go ahead and make persuasion with advantage because you
Okay.
got your delicious foods.
Sure. Okay, so it's gonna be 2d20. Oops, whoa, too many. There we go. Roll all. Okay, so we got persuasion. It is going
30-20.
to. Well, I get it's 16, right? So it's 16 plus 1, so 17.
Oh, 17. Yeah, go ahead and roll me. The smell of your delicious food lures people over, and then as they're eating what you prepared, they look up and they're like, yeah, you're like stare at her. And like, So go ahead and roll me percentage dice.
Sure. We got 100.
100. Oh
Hey,
my
look,
God.
food brings the crowd. Food brings the crowd.
Dang.
And folks watching,
MVP.
let's see how close we can get to 1,000 today. I don't know, because it
Yeah.
seems like we're about to beat this thing. Because Jackie just rolled rolled 100. Wow.
Wow. Okay. So Guai, you do this amazing thing. Inspector Crab, you're up.
Okay, so Toast was like trying to grab my robe off of me.
Yeah,
my
but
trench
he's
coat.
frozen now.
But he's frozen, so he's frozen holding it. So I'm gonna use my one claw, and I'm gonna like make a banner out of it. So because he's holding one end, I'm gonna hold the other end, so I have a free hand, and I'm gonna raise it up real high. And I'm going to. My goal is to make a. I'm gonna make. I'm just gonna roll a straight up blunderbuss attack on. I want to fire my blunderbuss into the air, and I want to draw everyone's attention to the docks. So combined with like basically unfurling my trench coat of eyes and firing this blunderbuss, I'll shoot it at the dragon. Why not? I want everyone.
Okay.
I want everyone's
Sure.
eyes on the dragon. I don't have advantage on this, so I'm just gonna plus
We
1.
believe.
Oh!
Hey!
Oh!
Oh snap!
So here's the thing. Here's what so here's I'm gonna leave the choice up to you. But if you do hit this dragon, she will enter combat. Do you want her to enter combat?
How many
Or do
points
you
we
want to
have until
deliberately
we have
miss?
all eyes on her?
I think we're very close.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want
So
this
you
to be
hit her.
dramatic. I want to hit her with the crit. I want her to roar, and then I want everyone in town to be drawn to that roar and
That's
take a
what
look.
happens. That's what happens. You hit her like right in the wing, and she goes, "What the hell?" And she roars and roars. Go ahead and roll me some. Roll me some. Roar me some damage.
Okay, so this is my total crit damage, and I don't think she was
Dang.
was she expecting it?
She was not expecting it because she's
Okay,
just
so
like,
I'm gonna add my. I'll clear that, so there's 19, and then I'll add 3d6 damage, and then +1. So it's 20 plus. Okay, so 29 damage, and then I'll roll my d100. Believe.
But does it still matter whether we roll the D100 or not if she's entering combat with us?
it does because she still wants people to look at her.
She still wants people to look at
So
her,
she'll
right?
still be pacified if we break
So
the.
if we're able to break 400, I was hoping
but
that
I'm
it
gonna
would.
have to. But because you I'm gonna say like because you did poke her, she's gonna need a couple more eyes. So we have exceeded 400.
Well, I done fucked
but-
up. Oh, we exceeded 400.
But
But
that
then your
means
total is
that.
higher.
But just by a little bit. So Genju, you're up if you want it. Wait. Before that, do you want to do anything else, Crab friend?
Oh God. Bonus actions. I know. I would like to hide. I use my cunning action. I would like to use my cunning action. I'm gonna hide between the robe of eyes, behind my like. I don't know. I just don't want to be visible. I'm a big red crab.
Sounds good. Next to you, Chip's just like, no, don't hurt my daddy, hurt my actual daddy.
Oh, maybe not then. Damn.
Damn.
Genju,
I'm just gonna
it's your
turn
turn.
and tell Chip. I'll be like, I never said this, but I've always thought of you as kind of a son to me.
Damn.
Starts crying. Just like
Before I shoot my
weeping-
gun.
Weeping Manta shrimp. Okay, Genju, go for it.
So is Toast dead?
Toast is not
Or-
dead. Toast is just frozen, paralyzed.
Paralyzed.
Can't do
Oh my
anything.
God.
Missing a
As
leg.
long-
I walk up to him and I want to bite at his arm.
There are also Swedish fish around. If you want to use the Swedish fish, you can.
No.
So you're gonna
You
go
have to bite
ahead
him.
and make your
No.
attack.
Now that I know.
Actually, just go ahead and roll damage because you're just not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now that I know that he decided to just kill my family for the sake of his stupid anger, I'm pretty upset. What these?
Do it. Kill him.
Do it.
Finish
Do
him.
it.
Do it.
Flawless victory.
If we get if we get at least $30 more, we'll be 69% to our goal.
So it's D6 plus
Ooh.
4, so that's a 7.
Great. Yeah, you do that, and
I would like to
that's
bite
a
off
whole-
his arm.
No.
his arm's off.
Is he alive or
Arm's straight
dead?
off. He's
And
not
I'll say
dead
thank-
yet.
I'm gonna say thank you for your sacrifice.
Damn.
Dang.
Okay.
Cold. Would you like
How
to
dare
make
he mess with
another?
my family?
Would you like to make
Well, technically-
persuasion?
I mean, technically, I have a bonus. What is it? Bonus combat action or something?
Yeah, go for it.
Extra attack. But I don't necessarily want to kill him. I feel like Zenzu is very angry right now, but
You could you use it to do non-lethal and just knock him out?
Could.
Is that still a thing in 5e?
Yeah, that's okay
I
with
mean, like,
5e.
here's the thing: you could fudge anything, really, right?
I'm also gonna let y'all know, like, there is not much left to.
I would just
appease this
draw
dragon.
eyes to this dragon. We can finish it right now. We'll
Yeah,
deal with Toast after.
yeah. If someone were to like shout at Zenzu to like focus, then she'll like turn back to focus on the task at hand.
Chip is gonna yell at you. No, I know. We'll deal with him afterwards. we gotta deal with this thing first. And he sort of like waves antennae at the his shrimpy antennae at the dragon.
Right. And Tenju like closes her eyes and then turns back around and calls for her whole family.
You let out like this ululation that summons your entire lizard folk family to the docks.
Yeah.
And they're just, you hear Long Jiao say, yell, what do you need from us, Tenju?
Look at the dragon!
Go ahead and roll me percentage dice.
53.
As your family comes out, there's a lot of lizard folk in this town. And as hundreds of people are staring at this dragon realizes in the midst of her rage after getting a hole through one of her wings, looks down and it's like, oh, you're looking at me. Oh, this is nice. And then it starts to like vogue a little bit in front of the village, of the town. Just
Oh
starts
my
doing a
God.
little dance.
Do a little dance.
It's like,
That's a
a
super
little
cool mini.
dance.
That is like a cool mini.
And is like very, very, very pleased. Is like, well, this attention is sufficient for today, but I will expect more at sunset. Or else. And then it just vogues into the sea.
Well, that was something.
And Toast kind of like comes out of the paralysis and you're out of combat now. So like, what have you done? What have you done? I spent years getting everything in motion. He drops to his remaining knees. How could you? Oh. And Chip comes over and is like, you done us dirty, Dad. You did a bad thing here. And his dad looks it up and he's like, Chip, I know I didn't do right by you, but maybe we could start over. And Chip says, looks down, looks at Inspector Crab, looks at Tenju, looks at everybody, looks back at his father, and he says, I don't think so, Dad. I don't think so. And he pulls out one final scroll pamphlet from his bag and starts uttering a spell and polymorphs his father into a fish.
A Swedish
And then
fish.
kicks a Swedish fish.
The
And then
worst fate
kicks
of
the
all.
fish into the sea. And says, I think we're done now.
Vin looks very disappointed.
I pat. I'm gonna go and pat Chip on the back.
They're like, I know that was hard, Chip.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't kill him, so I turned him into a minnow. I guess, minnows get eaten real quick around here, though, so maybe he is gonna die shortly. And actually, you see, like, a whole swordfish just go like, whomp. Like, the minnows are like, yeah, I guess I did it. I
They
don't-
sure brought the wild to Wakan.
Oh my God, you took a bite. Oh, I got dark. I'll look down at Chip and be like, well, Chip, I misjudged you. Sometimes showing mercy is a good thing.
I just thought maybe he'd just make a better minnow than he'd be, a shrimp.
Or a dad.
So we'll pat him on the shoulder and be like, don't worry, he did.
He like, right, I guess we should maybe go get some tea or something. How's about that?
Let's do
feel
that.
really tired.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
and he like
I'm
sits
starving
down on the
anyways.
ground. He sits down on the ground, is like very, very tired. He's just like, oh,
I'll pick Chip up and put him on my shoulder.
oh, just like he was when he was a baby.
When he was an egg.
yeah, when he was an egg.
Yeah.
And yeah, you all head back to Golden Layers Cafe, where you're given an enormous feast to celebrate the saviors of Shang, the saviors of Wakan.
We
And
will
any
be billing the
final
government.
thoughts?
Yeah, so,
We are-
so
Meanwhile,
actually
meanwhile,
a
Dim is in the
massive
corner
bill
with
as,
an enormous invoice, just like itemizing
Yeah.
everything. So you can go back and they're like, yeah, no, let's add that. Let's add that.
We're
Cost of
gonna bill the empire of Sholung for this.
yeah, this is the post operation meeting. So that's what it's getting expensed under.
Amazing.
And any final thoughts before we close out this wonderful little wacky adventure?
I just want to say thank you to everyone who donated. Y'all are
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah, thank you.
You know,
So-
it's great to just gather. Thank you to Chris and
Oh,
everyone.
I meant like in character, but sure.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
what-
yeah.
I thought we were ending on
Someone
a
got
like.
her money and she actually had fun on her vacation. So I mean, she's golden.
I guess
And
I'm
I
gonna adopt Chips.
And I like the idea that a squirrel is running around with one of the emblems.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's now
Like
canon.
completely not addressed.
Yup,
Just in one of my pockets.
Just in one of your
Oh my
pockets. Everywhere you go.
To be forgotten. To be forgotten.
Yep.
To be very quickly forgotten. But
How many stars? How many golden wheels does Golden Layer Cafe get, Guy Fieri?
Guy Fieri is gonna give them a 7 out of 8.
Wow, harsh.
Harsh.
damn. Wow.
Only reason is because he wanted to try the one with 8 concentric layers.
And they don't serve that one.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You're no
when they-
longer a guest of my
Yeah,
family.
when they find out, the final shot is of like they give you like a gift as you depart the gates of Shang, and you open it and you realize it's a bowl with 8 concentric layers,
And then it just blows up.
and it just blows up.
I guess you can say this is where I bow out.
Oh my god.
And I think we should just end
Jackie.
there.
Yeah.
We should end there. But yeah, thank you, Michelle, for running that. Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone,
thanks.
for
My
participating.
pleasure.
Thank you, Chris and the Dwarven Forge folks for hosting us. Thank you to everyone who donated. $660 are going to go to the Cut Fruit Collective, and that's
That's
amazing. That's
a wonderful
fantastic.
amount of money.
Yeah, that
Thank
is a
you.
lot
Amount
of
of money.
Thank you.
you.
Really appreciate all of you. If you have any questions about what Asians Represent does, the Cut Fruit Collective, go check out cutfruitcollective.org. If you're interested in like learning about Karatur and where this came from, you can check out all of our socials. AZNS Represent on YouTube is where we host our Karatur, our monthly Karatur read through, where we learn all about this. We stream it live on Twitch at AZNS Rep. Y'all are awesome. Dwarven Forge, y'all are great. And thank you so much to everyone who donated. We really appreciate it. Have an amazing afternoon,
Hats
evening,
off to
morning.
Dwarven Forge for the
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
models.
Dwarven
Like, that
Forge
was, that
for,
was
like-
really cool.
For throwing in so many wacky, for just running with the complete
The Swedish
silliness of this
fish?
campaign.
That was
The
really
Swedish fish.
Yeah.
that was
the
amazing.
tape,
Choice.
the little stick, the little like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost it at the tape.
I was not expecting that.
The tape of the candy corns, like that was
Yeah, that was
choice.
good.
That's
was
a,
great.
you
the
know,
little, the
they're
little pastry crumbs
professionals.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dwarven Forge, y'all are great. But again, thank you everyone for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you again.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Take care.
Bye.